5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are live! Welcome back to the INVICTUS Stream. My name, as always, is Harlan, and I am here with my sexy friend Alex.
Hello!
My gorgeous friend Chris. My exuberant friend Justin. There we go. And my, I'm going to go with sexy again, Michael. You are back with us for Numenera, Game 1, Part 4. Thank you so much for being with us. You get a round of applause.
I think we need to work on your adjective list there.
No, the point is that it's always the same because that's, you know, it's like Simpsons. They always wear the same clothes. It's always the same adjectives. I got like 5 of them. We're going to keep cycling. So as always, this is an 18+ show. So we're going to say fuck, we're going to say shit, and there's probably going to be descriptive boobies. So please make sure that if you don't feel that you are mature enough, that you just turn off the screen because, you know, that's how it is. We're immature. That's how it's going to go. Recently, you might have noticed that on our Facebook, if anyone watching this who is not following us, please go and join our Facebook. It's the INVICTUS Stream. We're putting a lot of work into it there, and everyone's being really communicative there, and we get to talk about stuff and do cipher polls, which we're going to get to really quickly. But you might have noticed, if you are a long-time viewer, that we've done a little bit of rebranding lately. So we have a new logo that I'm excited to say, as well as a new kind of theme that we're going with. So please take a look about all that. We put a lot of work into it, and we're very excited for it. I want to quickly plug No Thank You Evil, which is a Kickstarter game that our great friends at Monte Cook Games are doing right now, and it is on. It is currently, it has 20 days to go, so we got lots of time, but it is a fantastic game. Justin has backed it. I have backed it. We are all excited for it, and as you know, if you're watching Numenera, this system is one that translates into pretty much any world. The strange being the science fiction. No Thank You Kids is a game that they've developed catered towards kids. So if you might have kids, or if you have friends with kids, or even if you're young at heart, like most of us in the INVICTUS Stream are, you might find this game to be suited towards you. So please go check that out. I'm putting the link right now onto our Facebook page, so anyone who is watching that is in our Facebook group, go check it out. It's a fantastic game. It looks really cool, and we're excited to talk about it. And because we like to promote good content, and Monte Cook Games have been a long-time supporter of us, just as far as tweets and things like that, we wanted to shout out that and say, keep up the good work, guys, because it looks cool. So, on to the big exciting news. Anyone who is in our Facebook group, you know that weekly we have a poll where you get to submit your suggestions for ciphers, and if you win, you get them in-game, and we reward experience points, which, as you know, you get to use in-game and affect us. Hopefully for the better, but sometimes for bad. We've decided to introduce a little bit of a new system, very similar, same reward system. However, after some discussion, we've decided that the top 3 winners in every game, is that correct, Justin?
Yes, the top 3.
The top 3 are going to be added to the game. So it's not just the winner this time, it's also going to be the top 3 of our poll get to be added to the game. So, if you need any more incentive, if the XP doesn't really interest you, if you need any more incentive to join our weekly polls, think that you might get to see your funny little thing in that week's poll, or in that week's game, sorry, I should say. So, you know, and there's a lot of pretty fun ones this week, as we've been looking and laughing at them. Last week, yeah, that's what we did. For anybody who was watching last week's game, we asked for Canadian suggestions because, again, us at the INVICTUS Stream are Canadian. Not so much so that you're going to hear a lot of boots and things like that, which is totally, it's not how we say it, right, Alex?
Not about it, no.
Yeah.
Not about doing any of that.
Boot.
Unless we're physically talking about a boot, in which case it would happen.
In which case we're sorry. Very sorry.
Why are we talking about boots? But we asked for Canadian submissions, and we got some really great ones. If you have not heard them, go over to the Facebook page and read them out. They are still there for the time being. They're freaking hilarious, and I'm happy to announce the winner. And this is a tight race. I am going to refresh right now because I got to say they have been back and forth and back and forth. I'm refreshing right now, and the winner is by a fraction. Oh, we got double up. You Can Do It by Hans Ziegler. Hans,
Yukon do it.
Yukon do it. Sorry, Yukon do it, as in the province. Yukon win, and you did win. Good job, Hans. So, that's it. So, as viewers will know, we reward a little bit of XP for that. So, we have first place, Hans Zier with Yukon do it, winning 4 experience points. Second place, and very close second, I was watching this. This was back and forth. We got Oh My Sunglasses by Gabe, who's been a long-time viewer as well, and well done, Gabe. And my personal favorite in third place was The Dawn Cherry by Josh Bruce, who is a newer joiner. So he just joined, I think, last week or the week before. So those are the top 3. Everyone else below that gets experience points for entering because... Or do we do 4th place? I think we do 4th place, don't we?
Nope, we haven't done 4th place.
Okay.
Everybody does get 1 experience, and your experience has been updated on the big experience sheet. So take a look at that, and maybe you'll be able to spend some experience this game.
Yeah, remember to spend them because you can't take them with you when you re-roll a character. Think about it. You gotta spend it.
But it's mine.
He's right.
You can't take them with you when you die.
When you die, that's what he was getting.
Oh wait, sorry. Yeah, it's for die, not re-roll a character.
Because in real life, we don't re-roll characters.
Oh man, I'm just so in the zone.
Who knows? Maybe God takes experience.
Maybe some entity. Let's not get specific.
Sorry.
Either way, so those are our winners. One big last round of applause. Hans in first, Gabe in second, Josh in third, and everyone else who came, or who submitted, I should say, you get 1 XP. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to post the next one tomorrow, Thursday morning, and good job. I'm really excited to see them. And because of our new rule, which actually sounds oddly convenient because I said I like Dawn Cherry the most, and it came in 3rd place, and I said that the top 3 would be added. That was not convenient. In fact, I didn't even realize till right now. But that being said, Yukon do it, Oh My Sunglasses, and the Dawn Cherry will be added to the game. So, that is it for me. That was this week. Please keep watching and commenting on the YouTube page, or the Facebook page as we go about this. But that's it. Let's get into the game, because that's all I had to talk about. Everyone else good?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Chris, take us into a world.
So last time the campaign ended, they were traveling to Kai, which Guillaume Kittrick asked them to join him there as soon as possible. He left in a hurry after seeing the creature in the sky that is the new star in the night sky. The party ended after being beaten up and nearly killed by a mezzanine in the bog at the edge of a precipice, a cliff, over a landscape that's very dry and arid, and they decided to rest there, seeing in the distance Kai, a town surrounded by the Iron Wind. Very unusual for the Iron Wind to stay in one space, a place the way it has around Kai, but it, for some reason, is focusing on this city, and Kai is now surrounded in a force field, obviously to protect from the Iron Wind, and the party camping out on the precipice, resting by the campfire, and Pivot, reading a book, has come to an interesting realization, I believe.
So I am sitting by the campfire, and I'm struggling my way through this big book that I've had for a long time. I'm not the best reader. And you guys see me...
Pivot's not the best reader, or Justin?
Pivot's not the best reader. Okay. Justin, he's not the best reader either. But
he's up there, though. He's up there.
So I'm sitting there, and you hear me kind of muttering out loud. Kind of certain of it just had to be discovered.
Pivot, what are you reading?
Oh, don't worry about it, Brandy. It's nothing. It's nothing.
No. What'd you get that? What is that?
Oh, well, it's a book. It's a book that my friend Denise gave me a few years ago. I haven't read much of it. I haven't had much time.
Well, what's it about? I could use a good story. Well, I know you and I agree on the 1 drink minimum, but, you know, we're camping, and I gotta say, I've had a few more.
All right, well, it's called the Sacred Chronicle of High Father Calaval. You guys heard of Calaval?
No, who's Calaval?
The Amber Pope. That was his name before he became the Amber Pope.
Yeah.
But I'm just at this part right now that it's kind of interesting. It's all about the Iron Wind, which I think is what is surrounding this town that we're right in front of. And just as a clarification, there was some confusion last week, Chris, as to Kai and Key.
Yeah, It's Kai. So it's a different town altogether, but it is still in Navarine, which is the same province. So it's a common mistake because the pronunciation is so similar. And just to clarify,
I do believe there wasn't confusion because Chris said it's Kai.
In his best Eric impression.
Yes. In addition,
yeah, lean real close.
It's Kai. Also, though, you're on this precipice and you can see the town in the distance, but you know that it's going to be a journey still to get there because you need to manage your way down from this altitude at some point. So.
Okay. So anyways, I get closer to the fire to get better lighting, and I kneel down and say, I don't know, let me know what you guys think of this. I think this might have something to do with that iron wind we're seeing around that town. A red cloud rose in the horizon beyond the obelisk? The obelisk in the sky. Someone moving across the dry plain? Certainly something big if that was the case. Perhaps a herd. Perhaps a pack of raiders. Fedek whined. The cloud loomed larger. No herd, no creature at all. A dust storm. Kalevala unpacked his desert filter and put it over his mouth. Then he fitted one of Fedek's nose and mouth, too. The beast pawed at it a few times, but accepted it quickly. They had been through dust storms together before. The barren plain offered little shelter. Kaleval kept walking, for there were few other options. The Thuman stayed very close. The wall of onrushing red engulfed the obelisk and bore down upon the explorers like a monster. Through his filter, a scent caught the young man's attention. It jogged a memory. It triggered fear. Iron Wind! Kaleval looked around helplessly for some kind of shelter, but there was nowhere to hide, not from the wind. He would stand against the ravages of a sandstorm, even as it tore at his flesh, but Iron Wind was something different altogether. It didn't just tear at flesh, it altered it. Within the wind lived particles crafted by Numenera far too tiny for a man to see. Kaleval wasn't actually certain that particles was the right word. Creatures? Machines? It surpassed understanding. And at that I close the book and say, I'm done reading.
Well, way to make me fucking scared.
Basically, if this cloud that we see in front of us is the Iron Wind, then we gotta be damn careful. Because what happens to Fedek later in the chapter, Fedek is Kaleval's pet. What happens to him, well, let me just say I don't want it to happen to any of us.
All right, so, well, that was a mood brightener. Thank you, Pivot. What, anyone have any suggestions about how to get around it?
You know,
So,
can I just say something quick?
yeah, for sure.
Oh, when I was growing up in the orphanage, the headmaster, we always heard stories about the Iron Wind, and I do recall hearing this story from a long time ago about how it altered his skin almost. It's hard to remember what the stories were, but I don't know how to get past the Iron Wind. But
So you're saying it alters your skin if we get hit in this thing? It's like what?
Basically, from what I understand, my understanding is that instead of dust and sand floating around in this cloud, you got tiny microscopic nanobots, machines like me that get into your system, and they're so small that they can alter your cells, make you into something completely different.
All right, so key here is don't touch the Iron Wind.
I guess so.
Theric, what about you? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'll keep going.
Theric, you've been awfully quiet. You don't seem to fear this wind that fucking has microbots that go into your skin and change who you are. I like me.
I do not fear it, but it is only because I have not come across it yet. I, at this point, do not know how to get it through it.
And we got to get to that town. But this is weird. I've never seen anything like this before. It's like the wind is drawn to this town somehow. It's not moving on like a regular dust storm would. It's sticking around this town as if there's some kind of giant magnet in the middle of it, drawing it all to it.
Pivot. In the story of Calival, did he die at the end?
Calival? No, Calival survived. The Sacred Chronicles are basically a story telling how Calival became the Amber Pope, the trials and tribulations that he went through. At least this is the way my friend told me. I haven't read through the whole thing myself, personally.
So that was before he became the Amber Pope.
Mm-hmm. But his pet, Thuman, died.
Something, just talking about this reminds you, Shaz, about remembering that he had some sort of device that he was using to protect himself from the Iron Wind while he was in it. And you think that, yeah, perhaps it was Cypher or something that he used in order to protect himself.
Yeah, so instead of me just repeating it, I explained that to these guys. I do remember that from the orphanage.
So there's something that he had that he covered himself in that let the shit not fuck with him?
I don't know if he covered himself in it, but I
It was
always...
some sort of breathing apparatus, I believe, from the story that Pivot just read.
Has everybody read the story? Oh, that story. Oh.
No. It's something else, like a cipher or something. He gets this. The way Denise told it to me, I haven't read this far, but Denise told me that he took this item out of his bag, and he took a metal shank and stuck it in the bottom. And this created some sort of magical energy field, magical, technological, whatever you want to call it, that surrounded him and his pet Thuman and protected him from the dust storm outside. But it only lasted so long, and his arms started to go numb. It wasn't easy for him. And actually, Fedek twisted out of his hands and jumped into the wind, and that's how he got hit, if I remember correctly.
Do we still have more of that phasing cipher?
That's what I was thinking. I don't got any.
I have one.
Well, hold on. What about those neckbands we got from Geon Kittrick's laboratory?
Oh, the ones that you put around your neck and your head fucking blows up?
You think that's what happens?
It looks like a detonating collar. I know because I don't know. Let's figure that out. That's a good idea. I'm going to grab one of those collars and I'm going to roll quickly to see if I can decipher what it might be used for. And I got a natural 1. So not only do I not know what it is, it blows up my hands.
It could either be a detonating device that'll blow your head off, or it could be anything else.
Perfect.
Anything else?
And I say, give me that, because I have a natural skill about identifying the Numenera.
It could be a boat, Brandy.
Okay,
I've always
just
wanted
to
a boat.
I think I could float on this. No, just to clarify, I know the rules state that when the same person tries again, he has to use
Effort.
effort in order to do it. I'm going to do that for the whole party. Just because I like it that way better. Because then instead of having four chances in order to get something, it gets progressively harder. So, Shaz, you would have to use XP. No, it doesn't matter anyways. You rolled a 17. But just take 2 points off because I imagine you have an edge in intellect.
You're so edgy.
So edgy.
Speaking of edginess, I've got 4 experience that I'd like to spend.
Oh, me too. And just to clarify, we're like camping right now.
You guys are on. So basically, the terrain has changed from the lush green, and as a transition, it kind of goes over the edge of the precipice, and that's where it changes. A very sheer drop, and you guys are high up above, looking over this desert-like scene with the town in the distance. And to your right, there's one of the last trees. It looks like an old tree, full of green, and you guys are camping around a campfire there in the night time.
I think precipice is the word of the day.
Precipice. Last time it was viscosity, I think. So precipice is today. And the number 2.
All right, then I'm going. Oh, and I'm sitting down. Oh, wow, you guys.
That's like when someone pushes on your bladder?
Yeah, that's a number 2.
No, that's a precipice.
Can't be both.
Yeah.
Brandy Jack's gonna sit down and say,
Okay.
Look, you guys figure out what you gotta do. I gotta take a knee.
So people are going to spend their XP, but before that happens, Shaz grabbed one of the collars because he had one as well, and he goes, yeah, I think this will project some sort of energy field around the wearer. But I don't know how long it'll last.
But I'm tired. Can we do it in the morning? What if the wind just blows? Did anyone think about that? If it just
so how is everybody's pools sitting at? Does anyone need to heal?
No, I'm pretty full.
No.
I am okay, but I think last time at the end we did sit and heal.
Right. Either way, Brandy Jack has been drinking. It's a late night. You guys have been talking. I suggest you sleep for the night.
Well, I also want to spend the experience points that I've got.
So that's what we'll say you guys are doing. You guys are working out these new skills that you've developed and things like that.
And look, okay, there's an iron wind in front of us. I agree, Pivot, your story was nice. So we can can't go around it, can't go through it, so why don't we wait till it passes? It's a wind, right?
But that's just it. It's not moving. That's the strange thing, Brandy Jack. It's just sitting down there. Look. And I point down, and the wind is just sitting there, right?
And you can't see anything because it's nighttime.
Wow.
You just see this kind of blue glow in the distance from where the force field is, but
Blue-green.
we'll look at everyone's a little bit. It's there. Trust me, it's there.
I have faith that it's there.
It's luck, all right?
All right, so,
there.
so who's going up in levels? Who's doing what? Just so we can get that out of the way.
I want to spend 4 experience points and I get to bump one of my things up? Either might, speed, or intellect?
I believe that to be the case. Justin, do you remember?
You can add, I think it's, correct me if I'm wrong, Alex, but 6 points to any of your pools. You can divvy them up however. 4 points to any of your pools. Sorry, man, trying to help you out.
So there you go. So yes, you can do them all in one?
I can tell you right now what they are.
Yes,
I'm just
please.
looking at them. Yeah. So you can increase capabilities, which means you take 4 points and add them to any of your stat pools. You can move towards perfection, which is you add 1 to your edge, one of your edges.
Mm-hmm.
You can do an extra effort, so your effort score increases by 1. Or skills, you become trained in one skill of your choice, other than attacks or defenses.
What if we want to be S in one of the skills?
I think that's what it means.
Well, because you can be trained in skills.
That would be the same thing. You could move
you take training a second time, and that makes you specialized.
So I could spend 4 of my XP to bring one of my training to the specialized.
Yes, but I would do another one personally, but that's just me.
Whoa! Backseat emming.
You can also use it to get a special ability. So if you have like a skill like tuck and roll or something like that.
What about tuck my balls between my legs and dance?
Yes, I would say spend it on that.
Well, I
That
can
will
already
come
do it
in-
though. It's a natural Brandy Jack skill.
They call
We'll
it
be
the
able-
Brandy Jack. They wrote
Alright.
a song doing the Brandy Jack.
Here's my question then. Let's do this because I am the audience. I don't know how Numenera works. Can I use my XP right now to increase my damage of my weapons?
No.
Okay. Then I'm going to use my 4 XP to increase either my might, speed, or intellect. And you said I could spread them between the two?
Yes.
Yes.
That
You
seems
get 4
a lot.
points.
I
You
get
get
4
4
points?
Yeah.
But I can only do it when I have 4 XP.
Right.
Yes, and you can only do it once until your next tier.
Ah, okay. So basically, I have 10, 13, and 15 for my might, speed, and intellect. I could say make my speed 15 and make my might 12 by spending 2 in speed and 2 in might, correct?
Yes.
Then I'm going to do that because that seems much better because then I have a lot more health, and health is good.
Or you could do it in your edge, so that way you spend less every time you do an action.
And
Oh, I
either
can add
way,
an edge somewhere else?
Yeah, you
Yep.
can add it to your edge, so like you could have an edge in intellect now, so whenever you, or 2 edge in intellect, so when you spend effort intellect, it's reduced by 2 points.
Oh.
But you
Oh,
have
so I
to-
can... Ah.
Here, hold on. Let me show you exactly what I'm looking at. Because
This was my
you have to do each one of these once before leveling up.
Oh, you have to do each one of what we're talking about once?
See what I'm
Yes.
looking at here?
Oh.
You have to do this. You have to do all 4 of these, but you don't have to do them in order.
Okay.
Increasing here, so you can take 4 points and add them to any of the stat pools. You can
Ah.
add 1 to your might edge, speed edge, or intellect edge, your choice of which one.
Okay.
Increase your effort by 1.
Ah.
Forget how effort works.
Effort is just how many times you can use your edge, right?
Effort score, yeah, that's right. No, that's how many times you can use pool points. So you can drop it by 1 tier right now. You could then drop it by 2 tiers of difficulty. So something that you need to roll 15 before, you can now drop it by 2 and you just need a 9.
Right. Okay. So I could increase my intellect edge to 2, but because I need an edge in each category to go to the next tier, it makes more sense for me to put an edge into a different category, correct?
You have
No.
to do all 4 before moving up a tier.
They
You
all
don't-
make
no.
sense.
No, so Harlan, you don't need to put a new edge in each category. You need to buy at least 1 new edge to put in a category.
Ah, then in that case, I'm going to spend my 4 XP, and I'm going to increase my edge in intellect by 2, which means when I use my effort, what happens?
You lower the
now
tier
that-
by 2.
So your first point of effort will only cost you 1 point now from your intellect pool,
Right.
as opposed to 3 before, or
Or
2
2
because you
before
had
I
an
had the
edge.
edge.
Yeah.
Perfect. So when
So
I
if-
want to lower the I get it. So when I want to lower the difficulty of an intellect roll, I only need to spend 1 of my 15 points.
You got it.
I figured it
And
out by being
so-
told.
You already had. Let's just get this straight, because you already had 1 edge in your intellect pool, right?
Yeah.
So now you're going to spend 4 XP. You're going to do this one.
Yeah, I'm going to add intellect again.
Okay, so cross that off your list because you have to do 1, 2, 3.
Perfect.
These
Well, the
3.
audience knows. Audience, you remind me that I did it.
You do Harlan's list.
I rely on you.
All right. So anybody else want to do any XP before we move on?
Yep, yeah, I'm doing XP. I was going to do an intellect edge actually myself, but no, I'm switching it to I'm going to do the points pool.
Okay.
I'm going to give 2 to my intellect, so I go up to 11 intellect. I'm going to do 1 to my speed and 1 to my might.
Cool.
So I've been sitting here reading this book, and I've also been bicep curling my metal arm in my left hand.
Like a
true
really quick.
Schwarzenegger.
Now, I'm also going to do that. Not that, but if I do increase my effort by 1,
Mm-hmm.
what does that mean? It means
Your effort tier, it means that
Yeah.
now you can spend up to 2 tiers to reduce it. So before, you could only use effort to reduce the difficulty by 1 tier. Now that you have 2 points in effort, you can reduce it by 2 tiers.
Oh, right, okay. I think I'm actually going to do the same as what Harlan did. And I'm going to add... Oh, you already have and 2 intellect.
I got
But
2
you know
edge
what?
and intellect.
I'm just gonna add 1 edge to speed.
Okay. Excellent. Anybody else?
One last thing with my might pool and everything. Now that it's gone up, do I automatically do I have to heal to get up to the maximum now?
I don't know, but I'm going to say yes. DM rule. GM rule.
All right.
Favorite. That's my favorite type.
Sounds good.
Okay, and Mr. Theric, are you doing anything? He's saving. He's banking. Okay, so you guys, after talking about this stuff, having this nice late night discussion, you find it difficult to fall asleep. Eventually, though,
think that she loves me?
the whiskey does help.
No.
Or the brandy, as Brandy Jack is drinking, I imagine.
Doesn't always help.
No.
Himself.
Yep.
Shaz is having a bad dream.
Shad does have nightmares. He actually has these dreams of calling to someone's calling him in the darkness.
It's my family.
But
it's my family.
Eventually, day rolls around, and Theric, you hear out of your ear that says this high-pitched voice that goes, "This looks like a good spot," and then this terrible, painful feeling of an insect biting your cheek.
But you never got that bug out, did you?
So I hear, okay, so you wake up to this pain, and actually you're bleeding. A little bit of blood is dripping down your face. And you look what you squished in your hand, and it is this green, leafed-looking butterfly.
Shit, laid eggs in you.
And it tastes bitter, very bitter.
You tasted it.
And actually a little metallic too, like you're licking a penny.
And I wake up and look over at Theric. You're bleeding.
And you notice there's a couple more that are flying around the rest of the party. They're just kind of lazily flying around. And the sun is slowly coming up over the horizon.
Oh, I wake up and I pop my drinking stone into my mouth. This is my oddity, by the way. Or drying
does it do?
stone. It is a small black stone that secretes water when it smells alcohol. So Brandy Jack, being the ever-drunk man he is, wakes up on a hungover morning and pops this into his mouth.
Hydration. Okay, and a insect lands on your forehead and bites you and takes... And you start bleeding in your forehead. And then another one lands on Theric. And again, it bites him.
I wake up and I see these things landing and biting, and I go to grab one out of midair, like grab the wings.
Yep.
So I have it.
So you see it, and it is trying to get you and bite you, and it's like, looking at it, the wings look like perfect leaves. Green leaves.
So how many are there? There's a ton of them, like a swarm.
It seems like more and more are coming. It seems as the sun's coming up, more and more of these insects are coming out.
And I say,
I say we go.
Swatting away, I shout, "Shaz, do you know what they are?"
Yes. I think I do.
Just do a perception check for me.
7.
Okay, not a problem. You see that they seem to be coming from the tree that's nearby, and you notice that the color of the insects are exactly the same color as the leaves.
Yeah, they're biting butterfly leaf.
And no, if you do another roll for knowledge check, intellect, again, I will see if you know what they are.
Yes, I do know what they are.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Why,
So in fact, this is a species that has actually been created by the Iron Wind. You notice that where you guys are standing, where the grass is kind of gone, it appears like the Iron Wind has just killed everything off. But this tree that was there has now been transformed into this sort of creature. And since you rolled a 20, I'm going to give you lots of information for this. You notice that one of the insects that has bitten one of Brandy Jack has flown back to the tree and you see it land on the trunk of the tree, and all of a sudden you hear this kind of grinding sound. And it actually has flown into the tree and is being ground up for food.
Yeah. See, this is what I'm talking about, guys. This tree has been affected by the iron wind. Before it was just a normal tree, and now it's a meat-eating tree. It actually is taking our...
Well, that's great, Shaz, but the fucking thing just bit me and flew back into the tree. Tell me how we can get them off.
All right, so I need Brandy Jack. You're going to be doing a roll to see if you can swat enough of them that they're not going to do enough damage to you.
Well,
So you guys are being swarmed right now.
14.
You didn't want to use any effort or anything. So,
No, it would be reactionary.
yeah, okay, sounds good. So you're going to go ahead and take 2 points of damage.
14 wasn't even enough? Fuck.
Nope. 2 points of damage to either your might or the speed.
We'll do
Actually, sorry, might. Straight to might.
perfect.
All right, so it's going to make it another attack.
Now,
see
is
the
there
ones-
a way that I could use my placating animals?
The you can try. Absolutely, you can try.
All right.
What are you going to
I feel
do?
like-
How are you going to rationalize with this? But first, we're going to have. Sorry, think about what you're going to do, but we're in initiative order. So the tree is attacking first, and he actually gets to make an attack on every character. So please have everybody left make a roll for, and tell me. So starting with Shaz, are you going to be using any effort or anything to try to avoid the situation?
I will be... I have my ward, which is like just a... I don't have to do anything, it's just on. It's like a constant armor. I don't know if that helps at all, but I thought I mentioned it.
Well, it does actually. You're the only person whose armor class will be beneficial because of the fact that these creatures are so small they find the crevices and the cracks between armor, but because you have a ward, it actually will defend you. So you're actually having no problem. So let's go straight to Pivot. Pivot, can you roll for me?
Shaz,
Okay.
let me into your
Yes.
cloak.
So with these guys, like, are they metallic? Did we establish that, or?
No, they seem to be like a normal insect would be. They have these nasty... The insect.
Lost you guys there.
Yeah, I lost
Did
you
you-
for a second. That might
Okay,
be
so
me.
again, they bite with these nasty pincers, taking a chunk
no.
of flesh with them. Son of a gun, you gonna hear me now? Can you hear me now?
It's glitchy right now.
Finding out.
Ooh, it's like auto-tuning.
I'm experiencing, technical difficulties.
I am experiencing a number of technical difficulties at this moment as well.
Yeah, is it me?
we're in a
You
fax
think it's me?
machine.
No,
I think it's
so.
a attack.
Attack. See, these insects are actually attacking the connection that we have between one another.
You're in
They
my
want us to
computer,
be
and you're
alone.
like- I'm still
All right.
slapping
Okay, I'm
things around.
gonna try for the third time. So these insects they have these nasty looking pincers, and they come over and they remove. Have you ever been bitten by a deer fly?
Yes.
It's like that times 4.
I'm
You notice that's only 4, not a huge amount more because deer flies hurt like a bitch, but times 4. Take this chunk of flesh, bleeding, you carry it back over to the tree, and then they're ingested by the tree for sustenance.
Okay. Is the fire still lit?
It's smoldering.
Smoldering. Okay. So I'm going to take the branch that I got from the other house that does the fan leaves,
hmm
and I'm going to just stick it in the fire and blow on it and try to get it to light.
Okay. I'm going to do a dexterity check for that one.
Okay.
I'm going to give you an asset because you guys, it's almost as if you would be trained in this because you're adventurers. Lighting a fire is something you do regularly.
Okay.
So,
Unless you're Billy Joel.
So this is just
just to
light
see
it.
if you can ignite a branch that's smoldering.
Okay. 3. Do I do it?
You are successful.
Woo! All right.
You have this burning branch, but you are still going to have to make a roll because they're biting at you.
No problem. So do they react at all if I wave it back and forth?
Yeah, absolutely. You start catching some of them in the flame, and they keep going down, but some are still making it through. So I'm reducing the task by 1 step, but you still need to roll.
Okay.
I'm treating it as an asset.
And I'm doing this all with my left hand, which is not my dominant hand. So I would get a...
I'm not going to reduce it.
Oh yeah, your arms off.
So I'm going to start walking towards the tree and just saying out loud, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'll do it.
Again, you have to make a roll because they're attacking you.
Yep.
So even though you have this thing. So you're fine. You seem to be warding off the smoke and stuff, keeps them at bay, and they're biting you, but it's not enough to do any damage, really. You're not bleeding like the other people.
And I did have an asset on that one, right?
That's right. That's why you were successful.
Gotcha.
Okay, and Theric, they are attacking you. And it's horrible for you because you hear this battle cry, this shrill battle cry, as these insects, these butterflies are floating towards you, and they are just swearing and battle crying at you.
Now, can I do a precipice on the tree?
I think you're using that wrong.
All right.
You want to pee on the tree? Yeah, absolutely. You can pee on your tree. Right now, I want you to roll to see if you take damage, though.
Is your piss flammable?
It is. It is.
After the amount you guys drank last night, it is.
Hey, I wasn't sharing.
All right, so I'm doing 1d20, correct?
Yes, sir.
Am I adding anything to it? Like
It's
a
up to you.
speed defense?
It's up to you.
I'll add my speed defense because I am trained.
Okay, so reduced by 1. Oh, so no dice. Too many of them. You were the closest to the tree, and as the sun's coming up, more and more of them are leaving the tree, and the tree's actually looking barer and barer as this swarm of butterflies are attacking you and taking chunks out. So you take another 2 points.
Yo, fuck this tree. Let's just run.
Speed?
Pardon me?
Might or speed?
It's up to you. No, it has to be might first.
Okay.
What can I do?
All right, so I will try to use my use plants.
Okay.
Not sure how. I will.
Yeah, tell me how you're going to use this plant.
I guess it would be almost like a
If I
combination
only had a
of
vase. If I only had a vase.
placating animals and using plants to try
Okay,
to
yeah. Let's see. Roll, see what happens
Hey.
here. Again, this is a plant
Brandy,
you've never
Jack, and Pivot are far more tasty.
I would not
Alright.
say that.
Oh, okay. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so you have training.
Hmm?
This is a challenging one because of the fact that this is not a normal tree. It's been mutated by the iron wind.
It's a super tree.
It's a super tree. So what you know, and what you kind of have the impression is that the nitrogen in the ash of the fire pit is actually beneficial for the plant life. So
That's right.
in some way you can maybe bait them away. Like it'd be tough because they're still looking for flesh. But for example, if you rubbed it on yourself, you can make yourself a target and help the other people not be bitten as much.
So I will do
Peeing
that.
on it would just help.
Peeing on it would just, well,
It would make
it's
it grow stronger.
it's a metal. If you get closer, maybe you can inspect the tree a little bit. I don't know how close you are, Theric. How close are you?
Well, first what I would do then is try to take some of the ash. What would I use? Try to grab a bag of light tools, see if I can use something to scoop the ash out to
Okay.
let it cool down a bit, because obviously it would still be warm.
Yeah,
Okay.
you could scoop the ash and then wipe your ash.
Yes. Yes. And actually maybe put it on my forearm blades because it's probably still a little warm, but at least that would draw them closer to me. And
Yep.
then walk towards the tree and see what I could find.
Okay, so because you do this, I'm going to have the next round, the tree is only going to make an attack on you, but it's going to happen 3 times.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, because all the attacks are going to you now. You see the swarm is just,
What?
you hear it go, what is the delicious smell, and this high-pitched squeal, and they're all going towards you. So you make your way to the tree. So I'll let you do
Good
that
on,
now.
Theric.
What do you want to do with the tree? Inspect
Well,
it, or you
Yeah,
attack
yeah,
it,
exactly. I
or-
want to identify plants. Probably use identify plants to see what I can learn from
Shit,
it.
prune the rose bushes while you're there. Just make it look pretty.
You're pretty, yeah. if you fertilize this tree, okay, so upon inspection, you notice that it isn't like no tree you've ever seen. There is, in what looks like it would be a knot, there is this nasty-looking maw of a face, and inside the mouth is these gears that keep grinding up this nasty, blood-stained, leafy concoction that's just grinding up all these butterflies that are flying in with your flesh. You also notice what looks like to be above the maw of a mouth, what looks to be sunken in eyes, or what could have been eyes at one time, but no longer. Also in the tree, you see that there's some sort of hive there.
Feed it. Maybe it's just hungry. Maybe it's a baby.
The baby tree?
So,
Tree?
I will take a couple of my arrows.
Yep.
And jab it into where the eyes are.
Okay. So go ahead
I'm
and
sure
do.
that will be super effective.
Oh, okay. Now the tree can
Take this
This is going to be like the eye gouge from Evil Dead.
So what am I doing
Wait for
here?
it. So you're going to roll against its defense,
Alrighty.
or hardness, depending on how you look at it.
Might
And you
try,
can.
I'm guessing.
Oh,
Whoa!
okay. So in
Major-
fact, you are a lot stronger than you thought. Okay, so you take your.
Not
Your-
possible. They're very strong.
I know how strong I am.
He's
You jab
modest,
these
too.
into the tree, and as you jab it into the tree, you feel the earth give away, and the tree actually falls over the precipice. Hopefully, you let go of the arrows before it does it. So the tree falls, and you see most of the insects are still
come on,
biting
Harlan,
you.
where's your Tree Fallen song from, what's his name? Come on.
Cause I'm tree.
That's the one.
Tree falling.
Sorry, Chris. Go ahead.
So this song plays, and as it falls off, one of the branches, the branch with the hive, lands on the ground beside you, and the hive breaks open. And inside the hive, you see what you thought was going to be more of these larvae and things like that. But in fact, you see a bunch of grubs eating a skull and this like half decomposed face, wearing a hat with a green feather sticking out of it.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Is that
Grab it.
the Neverland hat?
Third grabs the hat, shakes it off. He steps on all of the grubs.
Nice.
Oh, wait, whoa. I run up to him, I say, whoa. And I grab, I just have a bunch of jars, I guess. I still have that one jar. And I scoop up one of the grubs.
Who the hell's that?
And I try to get the lid on, but I can't. And I say, can you give me a hand to Theric? Just to put the lid on the jar so I can...
Because he's got one hand that's just a fist, because for some reason it's locked up.
It's locked.
Too
You're
much.
here with it.
A couple days, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's what
You
happens.
may put that back in your purse.
And then I take
purse.
an awl, and I just poke some holes into the top.
Yeah.
On the ground, poke some holes. I stick a leaf in there.
Roughly grub-sized holes, or smaller than grub-sized holes?
You hear like a
Smaller than
tinking,
grub-sized holes.
like a little tinkering of the glass, like they're trying to break free, but you're not able to. But you can hear that they're aggressively trying to get out.
And I somehow haven't moved in all of this. I got stung and watched all of this.
Well, you're hungover, so you woke up and your head just felt
fun with
terrible.
Oh, so
So
what
now
happened?
now it's your turn, Brandy Jack.
Yeah, Barry
Alright.
Jack, it's your turn.
So I'm gonna go kill the tree. Oh, wait a minute. All right, so I just
Push
stand
it.
up and dust my hands and say, "Well done, guys. Let's go." And Theric, that is a goddamn pretty hat.
I like to think that the head was that of Robin Hood or something like that. That's just been eaten, eaten slowly.
Peter Pan, isn't it?
Peter Pan. He was
That's
flying
what
and he
Gabe
perched
said.
himself in this tree.
Yeah.
Oh, a beautiful tree. Oh my God,
Tree
no.
fucking ate him.
Yeah.
Are you wearing the hat, Theric? Theric, you're muted.
You're
Theric.
muted, Theric.
because I'm trying to like not have you hear me chomp on chips.
I like you chomping.
Thank you very much. All right, so is it like the skull of like what's her name, Kathy Rigby? Is she the one that played Peter Pan?
I have no idea.
Wow.
Yes, yes, it is.
all right.
Maybe.
Right. That is a dated reference, my
That,
friend.
well, again, I'm an old guy.
Wow.
You're aging yourself.
You put it on.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So instantly you feel these probes go into your skull.
Oh, that's
slightly.
good. That's usually
Okay. And you can't remove the hat. Not until you activate it and use its power. So until you use its power, you're gonna have to keep wearing the hat.
I
So
see.
whenever Brandy Jack is trying to be this tough guy, picture him with a fedora, green fedora, with a very long feather sticking out of it.
And also, while you're picturing me, picture Theric. You said Brandy.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. By Brandy Jack, I meant Theric.
But you can picture me. I don't mind.
I have a hard time not picturing you, just all the time.
Sorry,
You
did
know.
you guys already read the description of the Neverland hat?
I have
No.
not. Please, someone do
I
that.
will, I
I
will
was
read
just
it. I've
looking
got
for
it
it.
set up.
Yeah,
So
go
the
for it.
Neverland hat is a small green hat with a feather that, when worn, allows the wearer to control his shadow for a short time. The shadow can attack once or perform an action like slithering under a door and unlocking it from the other side. After that, it just becomes an awesome hat.
Well, that's a bit subjective, but it looks awesome on Theric.
You're just jealous, Brandy. We can tell when you're jealous.
Yo, I'm not jealous. I'm a little jealous. That is a sexy hat.
Good, because he can't take it off.
Dun dun dun
He's
dun.
now a never nude. All right, so so after this happens,
Jurassic Park for some reason.
so the
So
tree's
after
gone down. You realize that there's a path, and you think that if you follow along the ridge, you can see how the ridge slowly goes down to the level that the town is on. It'll take some time, but you can make your way there.
All right.
What's the
Well,
weather like?
The weather, dry.
Frightening.
Sun
Dry.
It's come up and instantly it's hot. Like we're talking 35 degrees, 40 degrees out.
oh wait, that's Canadian. You mean 90 degrees, 100
To 100,
degrees.
something like that. Some made-up calculation.
Yeah, us Canadians use because they're saying it's like 30 or 40, and they're like that's fucking
What? Cool.
cold.
Why did you know negative 40 is the same in both? So we're still one. We're still one.
Yeah.
Okay.
One.
So you one. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
This is how penises touch. This is how my penis.
They started like that.
I go
Alright.
flaccid, and then they get erect and push each other away, and high five, and penis shake. All right, I roll up my bed doing nothing, and because I had done nothing, and I go, "Oh, good, you guys are done. Theric, nice hat. Hey, that's the town. Let's go." And I throw it on my back, and I start walking.
As you're walking along, there are occasionally you see in the distance some people walking with a cart or some sort of craft that's going in the same direction that you're going. And as you're moving east, more and more of these people start showing up. Eventually, you are in distance that you could communicate to one of them. It's up to you if you want to.
And I shout,
Or you can keep
hey, you there. Hey, ho.
So
I got nothing.
okay, yeah. So that the man
Hello.
hunched over. He's got his arm around like a lever to carry this cart, and he's just pulling it along.
I
And
walk
he
over
looks
to him.
he looks over at you. He's like, "Are you going as well?"
Going where? I haven't talked yet in this episode that much, so what are you doing?
He's like, "I've just arrived. This is the first time I get to talk too." He goes, you don't know then. Well,
Know what?
there's a rumor that there's this cave, and if you bring someone you love that has passed away, they will have a chance to talk to you one more time.
Ugh. And I look at his cart, and I'm
And you don't-
assuming there's a dead.
Yeah, there's the cart is covered in fabric, and
Do
you
I
imagine
smell it?
that. No, he's obviously bandaged flowers and different things around it, so I think he's taken enough care to make sure that the body hasn't decomposed that much.
Under my breath, I say to Brandy, "Oh, we've seen worse."
That's nice. So, who was?
And the
who
whole
is-
time he hasn't actually stopped. He's still moving. And he's going
And I'm
forward.
walking along while I'm have a piece of straw in my mouth. So, who's the lucky lady? And I gesture to the cart.
He goes, well, it was my wife.
I figured as much. Was she beautiful?
She still is beautiful.
I bet. So this cave. So where did you hear? You said that rumor has it she's the one that you bring her to this cave and someone brings her back to life? That seems stupid.
No. And he kind of looks at you, kind of pissed off, and he's like, "You don't know anything." And he looks like he's trying to get away from you now.
Oh, come, and I walk and I stand close to him. I meant no offense. Where I come from, the far side of those hills, a stupid action is beyond the noblest and the one most filled with love.
Can you do a?
So full of shit.
Can you roll for me? So yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to use my edge. So
Yeah,
possibly
please do.
one to lower the difficulty.
Oh, that's funny.
He offers no help. Just
And I also have
insults.
all social interactions, pleasant social interactions, natural charisma, and personable.
This is not a pleasant social interaction for him. Okay.
Fair enough. I still have all social interactions.
Yep.
Just saying. And 14, and lowered 2 tiers.
He looks at you and goes, "Thank you."
and I kind of nod, and I turn to Pivot, and I'm like, and I go back and I say, so, this cave, where abouteth is it?
He says, "We're almost there now. I've been traveling for days."
You look tired. If you'd like, we can help push your wife.
Yeah, he's got huge bags under his eyes, and he says, "Would you would do that for me?"
Of course, why don't you lie down in the back with her?
No, I would. This is okay. This is not the tone I thought this was going to go. He goes, "I could not stop. It would not be right. I must have her back with me." So, and he keeps
of
pulling.
course. Yeah, of course. Well, you know what? We're gonna, that's great. Yeah, let's
Okay.
help. We're fine with
So-
helping you.
Intrusion.
Okay.
The earth starts to quake again. Another earthquake. Theric is surprised. We're outside of the bog, and yet the earth is quaking. I'm going to go to Theric, and Theric, you are going to have one of your ciphers malfunction. What ciphers do you have on you presently?
I actually don't have any at the
Well,
moment.
you at least have the collar that Guillaume Kittrick has.
Oh, right. Then I would have the collar.
And
So-
your hat.
Oh, and
And
my
your
hat.
hat. Oh,
I'm
and the
kind of
hat.
kid.
Oh, I don't
Oh,
want
my
that one
God.
to malfunction, but okay, we're gonna have those malfunction.
All right.
I'm gonna leave it up to the community. So I need one of his devices is gonna work in a way that he doesn't want it to negatively. So in the next few minutes, try to come up with something like that. So you hear
You want to know?
everybody's-
I'm going to post it right now. You want to know how they're going to malfunction or which
Yeah.
should malfunction?
how they're gonna malfunction. One of those two.
Okay.
So either the collar, which emits, it doesn't matter what it does, or the hat that's now injected probes into his head.
Got it. It's on. So if you're watching, comment under that post I just posted on Facebook. Let us know, and the best one will probably work.
Yes, and if you are watching right now and you haven't commented on our Facebook chat, right now I've got a list here of people who've commented. We've got Aisha, Gabe, Bob, Justin, Charlakos, who I don't have on the XP sheet. So
He joined tonight.
He joined tonight. Okay, I'll add him.
Welcome, Sherlock.
Welcome, yes. Welcome to the
Justin
stream.
Charlakos.
We have T, we have Andre, we have Mark Shipper, Mike Fazio, Mark Vito, and that's all I got. So if you are watching and you haven't commented, it is as simple as
Commenting.
writing comment.
Did you say Bob? Lyle?
Yes, he did.
Yep,
And
Bob
Andre?
Lyle's on there. Andre's on there, yep.
And Gabe.
And Gabe, and Aisha, and everybody else I mentioned.
List them all again, why don't you?
I must have gone.
Yeah, you can just write comment if you want to. It's as easy as that. That's what Mark Vito did. And he's getting his XP. So
make this for those of you who are coming up with something that'll happen to Theric. Make it something that he doesn't want to happen, so that way the experience points I will give him are worthwhile.
Well,
Theric,
Justin did say that the collar should malfunction by popping upright and infecting the wearer with a bro virus. I'm assuming he means the collar popping upright like this. The bro virus, And,
you even
and
lived?
Bob says that the hat, the shadow lives and does some crazy stuff. Unspecific, but I like it. T said the hat makes him occasionally talk like a frog. That's
okay, no, you know what? I like the aspect of having the shadow function in a way that, in kind of the same way that Peter Pan's shadow would have functioned in a way that he didn't want it to. So, all of a sudden, I keep saying all of a sudden, but Theric, do you want that to happen? Do you want to have
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so you take 1 experience point, you can give 1 to someone else.
All right. Well, at this point, I actually think I will give it to. Who will I give it to?
If you want to be fair, I can tell you who's been gifted least. Justin would be logically the next person to be fair.
Yeah, I was actually going to give it to Justin for doing the reading.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, because he didn't just read; he actually read it in character, stumbling. Because I know that he had it.
Yes, those were in character stumbles.
Okay, so you get an instant headache, Theric. All of a sudden, damn it! You have an instant headache, Theric, and your shadow, which is actually facing into the sun, detaches from you, goes over to the cart, rips off one of the wheels and breaks it over its leg. And the cart now slumps to the side. And the man looks at you with horror in his eyes.
Him or me?
Theric.
Okay. And I step in
Spawn,
between.
you are here to stop me from being with my wife. And he pulls out a dagger.
I step in between them. Hold on. You like me? Just wait. No, I'm not stopping you.
Hold, sir. Although that was completely unintentional, do you perhaps think that maybe you're being a little selfish? It is your wife. She died first. Do you suppose that was by choice?
Okay, do a roll for me.
I'm still standing between them.
Doesn't matter. He's not even listening to you, Brandy Jack. He is looking with disdain in his eyes. He will kill this man if he can. Theric, do a roll to see if you satiate his anger.
Now,
well
I do
done.
have a negative. I have a negative to all social graces.
Okay.
So it actually raises it a step.
His eyes are exhausted. He is on his last leg. He's a crazed man, and he lunges for Theric and tries to stab him in the chest.
He stabs me instead.
Well, if you dive in the way, I will allow you to do that. But Theric, can you...
I the way the minute it happened. So every time he's turning, I'm looking at him. Hey, look at me.
I'm going to let him... He manages to get past you.
I was going to say, Theric would actually just push Brandy Jack out of the way anyway at the same time, just punching the guy in the head.
Okay, so Theric, you're going to use might to deflect or dexterity,
Speed,
whatever you want to do.
I would think speed.
Okay, yeah.
And I will put effort into it.
Okay.
But again, I am trained in speed defense.
Yeah, so make sure that you're spending your effort.
Maybe I will, and maybe I won't. Okay, so I've got an edge, so that means I only have to spend 2, correct?
Yep.
But I will be lowering it by 2 tiers because of the
In which
speed
case,
defense.
you don't have to roll. You do not have to roll because of the fact that it is so easy for you. And you're going to pop him in the head?
Yeah, it'll be like a hammer fist right on the bridge of the nose.
With all your spikes out?
No. I got the forearm blades, but will still be...
Okay,
Like the
so
blades
go ahead.
might end up cutting his chest a little bit, but it will be...
Okay. Go ahead and make a roll.
Yeah, you kill him.
Again. No
so
problem.
when I'm using unarmed, it actually lowers it a tier as well.
Yep, so you're fine. Again, you make contact. You bop him in his nose.
Yeah.
And he crumbles to the ground, drops the dagger, and just starts weeping and sobbing.
Now, would you like me to try to act as the wheel, and I pick up the cart, and I will start to walk.
And he's inconsolable at the moment. You can try to convince him to go.
I look down at him crying. And does he have anything of value on him? I do a quick pat down.
How effective is your crying, sir? It doesn't seem to be getting you anywhere.
I'm going to go to Brandy Jack just for the present time because Derek just had a turn.
Yep.
You look him over, and it looks like on the cart, it looks like he has every possession he owns and a substantial amount of money because it seems as if he sold his home to make this journey.
Okay, so I crouch down next to him and I say, your wife is counting on you.
I know.
And friend, and I put a hand on his shoulder and I say, I understand why you did what you did. You would do anything, whether it be kill that man or walk over hundreds more to get her where she needs to go, yes?
Yes, I'd do anything.
You give us that bag of shins, and we will make sure she gets there, unharmed, unscathed, and with your help.
Anything. And he goes over and grabs the bag of shins and gives it to you. And he goes back to trying to pull the thing, even though the one wheel is missing. I imagine Theric is going to go help and lift it up right now. I
think he's trying to walk with it too. And I turn to Shaz and I say,
thinking Pivot would, if he agreed to do the money thing.
Yeah, you would. Yeah. It would be you and me. Like, I'd be looking at you and be like, money, right?
Yeah. I was going to walk over and just lift it up.
Yeah.
Help him out.
So he's giving you a bag full of shins.
Good. And I turn to Shaz and I say, Shaz, any idea how we can get this wheel back on here?
Blue?
No. Yeah, it's like it's been broken. It's been broken, like snapped.
I'm wondering, I kind of walk up to the guy and I put my hand on his back and I say, sorry for all this. Do you know if this cave is anywhere near Kai? Because that's where we're headed.
It's K.
No, it is Kai. So he's kind of a one-track mind kind of thing. It is. I just got to get to the cave. It is near Kai, but just get to the cave.
Okay. So, I guess Theric, you don't mind carrying this thing?
yeah. I'm gonna get on top.
I feel like I will be more effective moving this cart than his tears.
I'm actually with him on that. All right, so I just walk alongside as he kind of carries it.
So the heat is beating down on you guys, and you are sweating buckets, especially Theric. Theric, you're going to take 3 points of might strain for doing this for the rest of the journey. It's downhill, but you are lifting a cart with a whole bunch of stuff on it and a dead body, so it is challenging. After a few hours, you come to more and more people start joining this sort of pilgrimage with bodies, and the smell starts becoming putrid, and it's in your nostrils, and it's just horrible. And people are carrying dead dogs and different things to this place. Getting there's a crowd of people who are all around this cave, this outcropping of rock with an opening. And some are down on their knees praying and worshiping. Other ones are trying to push their way to the front with their carts. And you see there is, however, one tent set up, and it is done in this beautiful royal purple, and there seems to be men all around the tent guarding. Ooh, the man looks to Theric and says, "Thank you, I've made it. This'll happen. It'll happen." And he breaks down on his knees and he starts praying. It's down on his knees.
Good luck.
So where are we now?
So you are now
this
in this huge. Oh, it's to what? Sorry.
Yeah, in comparison to the Iron Wind, like that we saw.
Yeah, so you've been making your way progressively downhill from this precipice. Precipice. And so like you've taken the long way. So instead, the drop was here. You followed the ridge all the way, and slowly it's worked its way down, winded down, and you're getting closer and closer. The iron wind is still off in the distance, but you're definitely following the way down.
Cool.
Okay. All right, and where is Key in regards to this?
Kai.
So you past this crowd, you'll still have to walk your way down for a little bit longer. Eventually, you'll get there.
All right, I turn to Pivot, and I turn to Shaz, and I kind of say, do we want to do anything to this guy? Talk to him? He seems like a bit of a charlatan to me, but...
It seems like maybe these people are coming here, like, is there anybody walking out of this place alive? Like, do you see how
occasionally?
people leave
Yeah,
here?
no, yeah, okay. So let's have you do a perception check.
Sorry. Alrighty. Okay, I'm pretty perceptive.
Woo! Woo!
Yeah.
Nice.
So every so often you hear this uproar from the crowd, these like cheers and screams of elation, and then it'll subside, and then somewhere else the same type of thing happens.
You are healed!
Yeah, right.
You are alive! Interesting.
So, well, and I turn and Pivot. What do you think, man?
I don't really know. We should just go inside, see what we find.
Why are we going to Key again? Oh no, we're meeting George, Geom Kittrick,
Yes.
because he's got the thing. I would probably say, yeah, this guy seems fun up my alley, but I'd say we probably should stick to.
Which guy are you referring to?
Geom Kittrick is meeting us in Key, isn't he?
No, you said this guy seems fun.
Oh, the guy who's healing everybody.
There's
I'm
no one
sure
healing him.
They're
What,
going
it's
into
just a
a
well?
cave and being healed.
I don't know. You don't see a guy healing people.
So it's just a bunch of people walking up to a cave entrance and going inside with like carts and stuff.
No
to
one
speak
seems to be
their-
going in. They seem to just be congregating outside of the cave.
Okay.
All right,
Congregate.
So, yeah,
I
let's-
pushed
let's
to the
figure
front
out
of
what's
the-
going on.
Yeah, I push
People-
to the front and address the people in the front.
You see that there's a couple of the guards that are standing there from the tent. Same type of guys that are there. Same dressed in that same color purple, and they say, "What do you want?"
I love the color of your robes. Oh my God, purple, elegant.
He smirks, goes. It kind of looks away from you.
What, you don't like the purple? You don't like the purple? I gotta say, it's probably nice and cool out in this sun.
Get to the
Wonder
point,
who's in the-
Randy.
Shh, these guys deal with bullshit all day. You really think the first thing they want to hear is some guy asking another fucking question about the cave? Would you like some water, friend? And I take out my flask of water.
And he brushes it out of your hand and it falls to the ground.
Well,
This
It
guy's
wasn't
got an
water.
attitude problem.
I pick it up and I say, it wasn't water. And I take a swig of my brandy. And I say, it was something a little stronger. Are you sure you don't want to partake?
I suggest that you step back, sir.
All right, fuck this guy. And then I
What's
step
your-
back.
And I take a step forward and I say, "What's your problem?
Those
We're
are my
just
problems.
we're trying to talk to you here. We're trying to figure out what's going on. Why
I
are you
don't
so
do the
rude?"
talking. I'm just a guard. It's hot. There's a lot of people. Leave me alone.
Okay, we'll leave you alone as soon as we get some information from you, Mr. Guard.
He looks over at the other guys and he goes, "Can you believe this guy? What kind of
I'm not talking
information?"
to them. I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to you.
All right, and I
What's
kind of pull
going on?
it back a little bit. I'm like, yeah, you know what? And I kind of turn so they're not hearing. I say, I'm all for asking questions. They don't want to talk. I really have no interest in finding out what this is. Do you guys really want to press this? I mean, they seem hostile.
He knocked your water to the ground, man.
Yeah, he did, but I feel good after taking a swig.
You were being generous.
I was being generous, I know, but is it worth it?
We're all hot. We're all tired. We're all sick of dealing with people who are crying. Why don't we just work together?
Okay, go ahead and do a roll. See if you can convince him.
Is Pivot talking to him?
Yep.
The
Oh,
guard.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a
17.
rule for intrusion.
And I'm saying this like more aggressively than nicely.
He looks at you and goes, "Listen, I'm just doing my job. If you want any information, you need to either talk to the crowd or go over to the tent there. My boss is there. Ask him the questions. I'm just not letting people in here."
What's his name? Your boss.
Willem.
Willem?
Is
Not
Villain
Willem. His name is Evildoer.
His name is Villain Evildoer Bad Guy. He is.
His name is Willem Taro, and you will show him respect.
All right, take it easy, Spinach Chin. We don't need a whole fucking to-do.
Shit.
All right, and we walk over to Villain Bad
He goes,
Guy.
"Thank you. That's what my mom used to call me."
Yeah, I can tell.
Villain bad guy.
And we walk over to Villain Bad Guy and say, "Hi, what's going on here?"
Again, there are some guards, so you don't just walk over to him.
All right, I asked the guards, "Can we go back and speak to Villain Bad Guy back there, please?"
A guard goes in. He comes back out. He says, "Are you armed?"
No, of course not. I mean, I got two of them on either side.
So you're bluffing?
Yeah, fuck it, sure.
All right, go ahead.
But I say it with the light air that I could always walk out from.
He looks a little stupid, so go ahead.
I'm going to lower it for difficulty.
Mhm.
So that only costs one again.
Yep.
So lower difficulty and natural 20.
Beauty.
He goes,
not only
would you
do I
would you like to be?
So actually, can that 20 incorporate pivot for maybe, being unarmed as well?
Oh yeah, he thinks your whole party's unarmed. He thinks you're speaking for the party.
Okay, perfect.
He goes, "Good. All right, come on in then."
And I look at everyone being like, holy fuck, that was...
This guy is stupid.
I got a dagger right here. It's hilarious.
I like him more than
I
the
have
other
a
girl.
bow. I have a gun. I literally have a gun sticking in my back. Yeah, Pivot, you like this card already?
I like this card a lot better than the last one.
Yeah, I agree. Less of an asshole.
He knows how to cooperate.
All right.
All right, so we walk in.
All right, so as you're walking in, you feel a little boy bump into you and then run into the crowd. And I'm going to do an intrusion right now. You can either take it, and you notice that the little boy is trying to pickpocket you, taking not only the bag of shins that you so kindly took away from the grieving man, but also one of the collars that you had. Or you can give me an experience points and not have that happen.
And what if I don't have experience points?
Then you have to have it happen. You have no choice.
Fuck.
But you get the experience.
But you get the experience.
Yeah, we
You
lose
gotta
our
get
fucking
one
bag of
to somebody else.
shins. God damn it.
What's a
Okay,
little
so-
kid doing inside this tent?
Right?
No, he's not in the tent. He was outside the tent, and this was right as you're walking in. He is clearly making a pretty good penny, pickpocketing all these very distracted people in this crowd.
Yeah, maybe we can find
Sometimes
him
they're
later.
life savings. So he stole your shins, and you are down one of those collars.
Right.
In addition, you get experience points, and you get to give one to someone else, an experience point.
All right, then I will gift Michael.
Can I jump in here too?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I see.
Yeah, no
this-
problem, Mike. Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry.
He gave a
Anytime,
thumbs up.
buddy.
He
Oh, I
gave a
didn't
thumbs
see.
up.
I thought he was muted. I was being hard.
He is muted, but it's kind of characteristic with Derek.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
really. So I see this kid. Do I see this kid? I think I see this kid. He kind of
Everyone does. Everyone.
brushes past
But
me.
as far as you know, he bumps into Brandy Jack and then runs away.
I scruff
Oh,
his head.
I don't
real
see
quick,
him.
too. I don't even realize. I'm kind of
Oh,
like.
he got it.
So he's gone. Never mind then.
Yep. All right, so
Well-
you enter into the tent, and it is a beautiful tent. On the inside, you see a table in the middle, and there's a body on the table, and it is strapped down, and it is writhing,
Oh my
and
God.
you see it spitting and grinding its teeth, and its hair is over the edges of the table, and there are men all around. Looks like they're like patting her head, like dabbing cloth to her head to take away the sweat and things like that. And you see a man with, again, the sunken eyes look over his, who are you? What do you want?
We just wanted to say hi to your wife here on the table. Hi. Hello. What's her name? She's beautiful.
You think you're funny?
Sometimes.
Why are these men here? Take them away.
I'm kidding.
We're on our way to Kai, and we came across this man and helped him get here, and now we're curious as to what everybody's doing here. What's going on?
And why do you partake in such unnatural practices?
Do you think I want this for my wife?
Did
Who
you
are
not
you?
bring her here?
What's that?
Did you not bring her here?
No.
Your
I had
wife
no
did.
idea this would happen. We were traveling from
Traveling?
From Neverland.
From Neverland. We were traveling from Festin along these routes. That's when the earthquakes started happening. That's when this happened. My wife has been dead. I was bringing her home to bury her. As you can see, she's been turned, as so many others have. The foolish men out there thinking that it's a gift. It is a curse. She is suffering. She's not alive.
Oh.
What do you want?
Really, we were just curious.
Can we not put her out of her misery and out of ours?
Don't you think I've tried that?
She keeps coming back
I'm
to
not
life?
gonna... She's not alive, I've said that.
Well, she keeps coming back to animation?
I don't want to talk to you about this.
Sorry.
You were trying to get to... He looks you guys over and he goes, you were trying to get to Key. And by
Yeah.
Key, I mean
Kai.
Kai. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, we were trying to get to Ki.
Ki. Yeah.
We were trying to get to Kia to buy a nice Sorrento.
He says, how do you suppose you're going to get past the Iron Wind?
Well, that's part of the reason we're coming here.
Has anybody else gotten past it?
If you have the money and you know the way.
We actually do. We have a nice bunch of... Fuck. I think that kid just robbed me.
So if you do have the money, how do you get through? Is there like a special elite tunnel that only the privileged can use?
Tunnel. That's so peasant. No, we have devices that will bring us right to the gate so we don't have to worry about the Iron Wind. But these devices are few and far between. You must have substantial income to even own one of these.
Well, we did up until like 2 minutes ago, honestly, I swear. It was a big bag of money.
And at this point, I'm frustrated at the situation, and I leave the tent. So, and I just leave. And so I'm wandering around outside, kind of looking
amongst
around.
all the people. So you're looking around, and there are some strange sights that you're seeing. There are bodies that are long dead. There are some that are wrapped. The smell is horrible. There is all manner of people. Some of them, there is even a few visitants that you see in the crowd, which is rare. Non-human species.
Yeah. So they even believe it too. Any sight of this kid that bumped into Brandon?
I'll let you do a search if you want.
He'd probably still be there.
I'm
He's
thinking he
got
probably
someone
ran off
else.
to somewhere specific.
No, you can't seem to find. There's just way too many people.
That's why I'm wandering around.
All right,
pivot.
so
What are you
we
doing?
talked to Billin.
Yep.
Or Villain. And
Villain.
say, I'm sorry for the joke. I didn't actually realize she was your wife. I thought you were another one of these believers out here trying to bring your clearly dead person back to life at the hopes of some vague god to help us out here when we all know that we're alone.
He walks over and he's dabbing her head lovingly, taking the sweat away as she tries to bite at him.
Okay, so what happened? She passed away and came back as this?
She died from a sickness that took her in the late of last season. I was taking her to her hometown to be buried, as I said, and as soon as we came upon this cave, there were other people here already, and she turned. And now I have nothing but pity for what is left of her shell and remains.
And the other people coming here, they're doing the same thing, bringing their dead, and they're coming back undead?
They believe that it is a chance to be with them one more time, but can they not see how much suffering and pain that they are in? And the violence that sometimes erupts from these people is too much to bear.
Look,
Occasionally they'll come back and they are in a different state. Sometimes they can speak and communicate, saying things that they would remember from their past life. Other times they are completely catatonic, saying nothing, doing nothing, but alive somewhat. And he just looks angry and exhausted.
Look,
So
villain.
how did they... Hold on, Brandy. Sorry, but how did they even hear about this place in the first place? Why did people start coming here thinking... Who spread the word, basically, is what I want to know.
For a long time, this place has been known to have some sort of energy that emits from it. Psionics, visitants, people who have knowledge of the nanites, like your friend who has left my tent, often feel drawn to this place, as if they are being called here. Someone who had been here during one of the earthquakes had been crushed by stone and been dead. And then soon later, another earthquake happened, and that body came back to living, or the unlife as you see before you. Word spread, and people flocked for hope for their loved ones.
So this has been happening for years, then?
No. Oh, this place has been here for years. I've known about it. But never has people been brought back from the dead in this way. Not since the earthquakes.
What do you think causes the earthquakes?
I think it has something to do with the new star.
And what do
Many
you know
of my
about-
artifacts and devices and Numenera that I use don't seem to be functioning the way they used to. And I believe something in there has changed and is now causing this.
Something
Unfortunately, inside the cave.
I think at this point I come back inside and I say.
No, well, I was going to say, before you came back inside, if you were looking to do an intrusion on Alex, Chris, that would be a good time to do it while he's out in that crowd.
That's a good point. So, intrusion. I'm going to go ahead and do this myself. You're walking closer to the front of the cave, and all of a sudden, you hear a shriek in elation, and then instantly the shriek turns to fear and panic, and people start running as you see this burly man charging towards you, frothing at the mouth, and he's just coming right at you, and he looks like he's just going to tear your head off. So he's going to make an attack on you and tackle you down and start thrashing you, unless you spend an XP to not let that happen.
Well, that's a tough choice.
I'll take the XP.
Mm-hmm.
There, I said it. I'll take the 2 XP. I give one to.
Yep.
I give one to Brandy Jack. Or who's least? Who's?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right now, we're all tied. Two Alex,
Okay.
2 Mike, 2 Alex.
So he tackles you to the ground and he starts clawing at your throat and trying to just, viciously, not like an animal more than anything else. He's not trying to eat you. He's just trying to tear you apart with rage. And you see a woman running and crying and saying, "This isn't you. This isn't you." Can you do a defense roll, please?
Yes.
Because, oh my god, we're running dead Numenera.
End of the world running dead Numenera. It's like a combination of all 3.
That is a good one.
So you're
18.
successful. He tackles you to the ground, and he's on top of you trying to bite you and scratch you, but you seem to be able to block everything, and he's not landing anything. Telekinetically.
He like I like hover. I like push him off me. And he's hovering above me, like still reaching at me, but he's floating above me. Is that cool?
Okay.
Is that
Yep.
cool? Is that cool?
It's very cool.
It's very cool, Alex.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and say, Alex, it's your turn. Because
Okay.
you're the only one in this encounter.
Yeah. So I immediately use the same ability and launch him off me, just to put some distance. I don't want to kill this guy because obviously I see that there's like he's not living, but he's not dead, and obviously this lady knows him, and she's already said he's not in his right mind. So I'm like, I don't want to cause a big thing, so I just launch him off me.
Which way are you launching him? Towards the cave or towards other people in the crowd, or?
Let's say towards the cave. I'm
Okay.
picturing the cave is like to my left, and he's kind of in front of me, so it's all happening in front of the cave like a big stage.
Yep.
Theatrical.
So I dive. I roll a 5.
Okay, you try to push him, but his weight is too much, and his rage is overpowering, and he's managing to hang on.
So
Okay,
then,
let's go back to
scream.
inside the cave. You scream.
Inside the
You
cave
guys
or
hear
inside the tent?
inside the cave, inside the tent. Thank you. Inside the tent, you hear the commotion from outside. You think it's just another uproar. It's not unusual. It was happening every so often.
So we ignore it. All right. I
You
want
don't have
speak
to ignore it. You can do whatever you want with it, but
Oh, I would ignore it. I turn to our boy here, Villain. Is that his name,
Willem M.
Oh, it's totally different.
Vilame. It's Vilame, where he's
It's
from.
lame. It's okay. It's
William.
not bucket. And I say, William, what do you want here? What do you want more than anything? And I'm guessing it's to let your wife die in peace and stop this accursed curse.
Yes, but I can't see any way that can happen. I've sent men in there, and they have not returned.
But you have not sent us. We are a band of traveling badasses. I, Brandy Jack the badass, Pivot the badass, and Theric. Holy fuck, this guy's badass. Shaz up there, he's pretty cool too. If you let us in there, we will not only wipe this curse off the face of the earth, we will let your wife die.
He looks at you, and he kind of smiles, and it's like, confidence. I do like that. And he goes, I tell you what, and he kind of has a laugh in his voice as if he doesn't believe it. If you can manage to get in there, I will give you a device that will put you at the door of Key. And by
Kai.
Key, I mean Kai.
All right. But we also want a little bit of money. If you're good at something, you never do it for free.
Sure, I'll give you money if you come back alive.
How much?
What do you want?
What's a
He doesn't.
amount?
So you asked for roughly the amount that was stolen from you.
Perfect.
So
Double
like
that.
like the life savings of a
Double that.
merchant, or like not a merchant, someone who works and sells fruits and vegetables. Like a
Ignorant
farmer.
farmers.
An ignorant farmer.
All right, you give us double the amount that an ignorant farmer would earn, and you have yourself a deal.
You will have it if you come back alive.
Fist bump?
He looks at you and lets you punch him in the face, and he goes, strange custom. And he continues stabbing the body as she tries to bite at him.
All right, and walking, I say, and also try cutting off her head, because that might just do it.
You can see that kind of angers him a little bit.
I'm just saying.
Okay, so there you go.
And fire is a natural cleanser.
I agree. Sometimes when I got the leftover poops, I just take a little bit of fire.
You can, from the culture that he seems to be coming from, that burning the dead is unacceptable.
Well, that was his suggestion, not mine. All right, we leave, unless anyone has any questions for this guy.
I ask, does he have are there any mechanics around here? Maybe in the crowd, somebody who is good with machinery?
I do bring a tinker with me wherever I go. What is it that you need?
I'd just like to speak with him. Just see about possibly upgrading my here.
He's in the back trying to figure out what's wrong with our malfunctioning Numenera.
Would you mind if I spoke with him?
Do whatever you wish.
Thank you, sir. And I walk to where he gestured.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell Pivot that Theric and I will meet him outside. Unless, Theric, you need any shit done.
I would actually like to find a space to meditate on our past adventures.
What have you been doing this whole time?
You're like 90% meditation, dude.
All right,
So
you
Shaz is there. Shaz is there fighting off this giant beast, and I'm, going to a tinkerer. Brandy Jack is talking up
Thank
this.
you. Yeah, so you guys are doing this. Let's go back to Shaz because his stuff is kind of pressing.
Yeah, I was
All right,
just
so
trying
Shaz, I believe you had an attack on him. He's going to make another attack on you. So go ahead and roll for defense.
Well, actually, in all honesty, I never really attacked him, but that's okay. I did try to push him off. But I'll still roll for defense, and it's a 6.
So he manages to land a blow on you. It does 3 points of damage to your might. But do you have armor? Do you have any armor?
I have ward, which actually is a physical armor.
Right.
And, but I don't know what. I think. Oh, yeah, I do have it here. Hold on. It's a plus one.
Okay, so it does 2 points of damage. And it's your turn again.
2 points of damage. From what? My might pool?
Yep.
Okay. What the hell? Oh, my number left off. Okay, so at this point, what do I want to do? Again, I don't really want to cut this guy's heart out, but
But if I have
I'm thinking if I do an onslaught and I take which is 1 intellect point, I use my onslaught for a mental damage, hoping to change this guy's mentality.
Oh, nice.
Maybe
These
just
aren't
kind
the
of
droids you're looking
subdue
for.
him. So it's like an onslaught, but not necessarily attacking him. More just like subdue maybe put him into a catatonic state. So I will roll here for that, and I get an 8. Oh, I should have added something to that.
So again, it doesn't land, but right as you're about to do that, one of the guards takes this long pole with a collar around it and puts it around the guy's neck and pushes him into the ground. And another one comes over and dumps this liquid on him and lights him on fire. And he just screams and writhes, and eventually he stops. And the lady who was there just comes over and starts crying and wailing beside the body. But the crowd seems to have seen this before, and they kind of understand that this is the only way that they could do things, and they kind of just go back to their business, hoping that their loved one comes back in a different way.
Oh man. Alrighty.
Okay.
So we walk out just to see the tail end of that. Oh.
And Pivot, what are you doing? You're talking to the Tinker.
Yeah. So I go back and push myself through the flap, and I see this guy working over a workshop with a bunch of metal around him.
Yep, lots of different devices and things. There's one particularly big one that he's working on, but yep.
Okay. And just, I was wondering about all of our ciphers. So we each have a one of those bands. And that counts.
Not anymore.
Cipher,
Brandy Jack doesn't have one anymore, but yep, it does count towards your cipher.
I don't count. I'm
Oh,
So
you know what?
I
I said last game that it doesn't.
It doesn't?
I remember. It doesn't.
Okay, all right. So I do have a bunch of stuff. So I've got that, and I've got the overdrive cipher, whatever. I just want to make sure. So anyways, I go to this guy, and I say, hey, excuse me, sir. Villain let me in to speak with you. I was wondering if you could help me out.
What can I do for you?
And
sounds like the guy from the Slap Chalk. Hey.
Oh, I don't know that. Oh, the Slap Chop. Yeah. That guy. So I slam I put my fist on the table, and it makes like a loud thud. And I say, my fist. There was an earthquake, and it won't open up anymore. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's getting better, but I was wondering if there's anything you could do to help it out.
He goes, yeah, strangest things have been happening. I know what you mean. Looks over at you, takes a tool out, sticks it into your elbow just above where it joins in. And searing pain and it heats up, and he wiggles it around a little, and your hand comes loose. He goes, there you go, and goes back to work as if nothing happened.
Wow.
Nice.
Thank you very much, sir. I didn't think it was possible. I mean, I know a thing or two about this hand. I've had it for years, but that was amazing what you just did there.
Ah, it was nothing. Thank you. Goes back to work.
All right. I'd say just before I leave, what's your name, sir, so I can find you again? You've been very helpful.
It's Tusk.
Tusk. Well, thank you very much, Tusk. I will see you again. Best of luck with your work. And I leave.
All right.
Cool.
So so you guys eventually make your way to the cave. Guard escorts you guys there. And
Well, I think I would just make sure I would ask anybody who has been in the cave, maybe this villain guy, if he knows that we might need anything like rope or anything like that. You know, it's like, oh yeah, so when you get in, there's like a 20-foot drop down.
He has no idea. He's never been in there. He's never been in there.
No one that's been in has been out alive?
That's
oh
right.
my god.
And meanwhile, I'm sitting there talking.
It is a cave, though, so you can assume you'll need rope.
Perhaps we should have asked for more money.
Hey, I said double what that ignorant farmer makes.
Okay, so we're about to go into the cave.
Yeah.
A lot of the crowd are seeing this. A lot of the crowd are kind of like, hey, what are they doing? Why are they going in there? They've grown a religious fervor for this place, and they can feel the threat of you guys going in there. So, Brandy Jack, in his smug kind of way, a person comes up and tries to grab him
Fuck off.
and slit his throat, and tried to slit his throat to stop him.
You.
So
Is
he's
that
going to
an
make
intrusion?
Yeah, it's an intrusion. You're going to get a point.
My throat slit?
No. He's
No,
going to try to. He's going to try to attack you, or if you don't have the intrusion, one of the guards will just stop him beforehand. Doesn't mean you're going to die. I just mean he's going to try to make an attack on you.
Yeah, that's
Or, I was going to say, or could I put in, like, effort for speed to intervene?
Well, you can do that after, but he has to accept the intrusion to begin.
I will accept the intrusion because I
All
was
right.
the one who messaged you and said intrusions very rudely.
Hence why I'm
I
killing
more
you
just
off.
meant I meant as a reminder, like because
I've
I
been
know.
doing lots of intrusions, okay?
I'm not saying. Hey, listen. I'm
There's
not
supposed
saying.
to be
it-
4 intrusions
I
per
am
game.
not saying it was. Well, we only have 9 total for the 4th one then.
Yeah.
Like 9
That's it.
total since the beginning, and we're on the.
Oh,
4th
really?
one, so,
Yeah, okay, so I need to make up, is what you're saying.
Yeah, we should have 36 by now.
People are just going to start stopping their toes. I'm just going to run out of ideas and be like, oh, you stubbed your toe. Intrusion. Here you go, buddy.
Should have 6.
I choose to refuse that intrusion. I do
Yeah.
not want to.
Stubbed
get a
toe, life's a little
pimple.
intrusion.
You get a pimple on your
Yeah,
inside
you
your
get a pimple.
nose.
And it's photo day. Yeah. No.
Oh no, not photo day.
Okay,
Oh, I
so
love
I'm taking it.
Hold on. I love the depiction of the attack on Shaz too. It's freaking hilarious. Just for anyone who's not in the Facebook group, this is what Alex. Alex's drawings are always so. What's the word?
Childlike?
yeah.
Accurate? Accurate.
All
At
right,
this
I will
point-
take the intrusion. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, oh, there's an intrusion, right? Okay.
Yes, I will take
Sorry,
it.
continue.
Okay, so do a roll to see if you can dodge or defend.
Can I add anything to it or no?
Absolutely.
I will use speed. So my speed is from 13 to 10, and I will lower it 1 tier.
Okay.
I have nothing else to do. 19.
All right, so
So it's like
success
it's
with
like an 80-year-old guy. He's like, "Ee," and I'm like, all right.
So you can do a minor effect, yeah. So you can knock him back, move past, distract, anything like that.
Oh, you know what I want to do? Okay, so is an old guy? That's how I'm thinking it was so easy. He's like, "Ee."
Let me get that son of a bitch.
Yeah. So I basically just stop his hand, not like, but like very passively. I push him aside. I twist his arm so he drops the knife, and I lean and I say, "You're not mad at me." And I look. What is his death? Is it like a dog or a wife or something?
You don't know. It's a bandaged body.
Okay. And I take a guess and I say, "You're just sad about your dead fucking son." And then I walk away.
It just seems like a broken man. falls to his knees and goes and just weeps and cries out. It's so evil. All right,
Really,
so
Brandy, really?
Brandy Jack is okay.
And
So you guys,
I turn to you as we get into the cave pivot, and I kind of be like, "The dude tried to slit my fucking throat. He's a piece of shit." I don't have endless wells of sympathy. Let's just get over that.
Yeah, you're right.
I was going to say, you of all
bothered me
people.
a bit. I don't know. That struck a nerve for some reason. But, logic dictates. You're right.
Right? He tried to fucking kill me.
Yeah, he did try to fucking kill you.
Yeah,
He didn't
he
even
did.
come close, though.
No, he didn't. He's a piece of
But-
shit.
You know what? I think that you are more experienced because of it.
I think I am too. Oh, by the way, I will give one to, let's say, Alex.
Yeah, I was going to say Shaz hasn't had some for a while.
Thanks.
So we'll gift Alex.
And again, you always got to give a reason. So how about for his fine renderings?
Yes.
Well, I would say in universe, I would probably look at Shaz and he's all fucking torn up and bloody and shit because he's got in a fight, and I'm like, what the hell happened to you?
This thing attacked me. It was actually kind of remind me of that woman that was tied up in the tent. He was monstrous, and he was not with it. He was just angry and trying to kill me.
Did you kick the shit out of him?
Well, I tried.
Good
but,
job.
No, the guards came to my rescue, thankfully. But this lady over here is having a hard time, and I'm wondering if she can tell us anything about this cave, because that's where her, I believe it's a husband, came from. So I turn to the lady and I say, "Hey, lady, look."
Oh
I'm
yeah,
really
'cause
sorry
he
about your
came running
husband."
out of the cave. You said, right?
no, he didn't come running out of the cave. They're
Oh,
just
I
in
thought
front of
he
the
did.
cave. One of the people.
Oh,
Okay. But I still turn to ask the lady. I say, "Hey, lady, I'm really sorry about your husband there, but what's the cave? What's in the cave? Any idea? We have to go in there."
What's in the cave?
So she's like just inconsolable, and she's saying, she's like hysterical, right? She just seen her dead husband reanimate, try to attack someone, get choked, and lit on fire. She looks at you and goes, she's weeping. She doesn't say anything, but you know that there's no idea. They have no idea. They think it's some sort of religious thing, some power, maybe a Numenera that's helping have this happen, some artifact buried long ago that the earthquakes are affecting.
All right, we skip into the cave.
It's
They're
nice
gonna.
and cool in the cave, too.
It is cool in the cave.
Oh, now it's so nice.
Moving into the cave, you hear it's damp, the air is moist, and as you move in, you start coming across bodies. Some of them are guards, some of them are otherwise, and they have these pieces of metal or stone crushing their heads and things like this.
There's a great beast. There is the rabbit.
Chaz, can you do a defense roll, a mental defense roll?
I sure can. 11.
11. So your
My-
head just starts to hurt, and you take 2 points of damage.
Oh.
And you hear a voice say, "Get it out!"
Oh, guys, there's something wrong here. I'm getting a really bad mental
I'm getting a
damage.
super, super
Two?
clue.
2?
2 what? 2? Yep.
Oh, man. Someone's screaming at me. Who's screaming?
Okay.
Who's screaming?
So the voice continues. It says, "Leave me. I just want to be alone."
What are you doing here?
Shaz, can you communicate with it?
I'm trying to. What are you doing here?
Can you send your own brainwaves back?
I'm telekinetic. I'm not psychic.
Like there's
No,
a
you can't.
fucking difference.
No, you can't.
No.
But it seems to know what you're thinking all the same.
That came up
He
last.
keeps screaming, leave!
I say we press on anyway.
It's not hurting you.
I can't go. I can't go.
Really?
My head's gonna explode if I go further.
Is it really that bad?
It's terrible. You can't hear it?
Does it sound human?
No.
Well, Shaz,
Are you going to
hard to
sit
tell.
there and shed tears like that wagon carrying
Bitch.
Theric,
Yeah.
he feels like his head is gonna fucking explode, Theric. It's not like he's choosing to do this, man.
Thanks.
Can you
Brett.
not move, man? Can you, like, not move?
Yeah, he's
I
fine.
can
He can
move.
move.
Get up. Come on, let's
Yeah,
go.
your head
I'm gonna
isn't.
keep going.
Yeah, your head isn't hurting continuously. It just seemed like there was an attack on your mind.
I'm gonna keep going. Okay.
Come on, stop overacting.
So what are we looking at right now? We're looking at a... It's still, like, are we just in a dark corridor, or where are we?
Okay, so the cave. So I mean, it's a cave. It's a cave, right? There's stalactites. There's
Don't describe it or anything. You know.
Yeah, it's a cave. Okay, so and as you're going along, though, all of a sudden the walls start to change slightly, and it looks like rusted metal pieces are there as well. And
I go
it
for
seems
touch it.
it's cool to the touch.
Meaning, is it an illusion or is it actually rusted?
It's real. It's there. Yep. It's
And
rough.
I turn to them. Guys, it's real.
Holy rusted metal.
Holy rusted metal, Theric.
All right, so eventually, I don't know. I'll let you guys keep going.
Yeah, we're gonna
Press
look
on, I
at
imagine.
Shaz, and I'm gonna say, Shaz, are you okay? Do you still hear them?
No, it seems to have dissipated for right now, but
What did it say?
it said, "Get out, leave me be."
Leave me be.
Leave me be. He says, "Leave me alone." It was something powerful. It was attacking my mind.
Do we have any ciphers that could prepare us in case of something bad happening? I have Cloud Seed, which changes the rain, and I have a Spray on Hive, which I think is probably a spray-on version of what we fought a few hours ago.
Oh, and I totally forgot that I've got the crab juice.
Crab juice.
Crab.
Crab juice. What does the crab juice do again?
It
Gets rid of
gives
crab.
me something or other. It makes my skin hard.
Ooh.
It's like Viagra, orange or something.
Yeah, but it hurts a little. He like gets these boils and has like shaly skin.
Like
Yeah,
crab.
I think it was like -2 might, but you get +2 armor for the encounter.
Yeah.
Or something.
Right.
Exactly.
Ah.
It was +3. It was 3 armor. So it's like
And I've
9
got
armor.
Do we have armor?
I've got that overcharge machine that blows things up and does like 50 points of damage, but it can go wrong.
And kill you.
And then, yes.
You should just press it and drop it down the hole. All right, then let's keep moving forward. We don't have anything.
Yeah, I
that's gonna
can't
help
see
us.
anything going bad with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Right.
the cave isn't actually big at all, and you get in, and there is what looks to be an ancient lab.
Sorry, quick question. Only because we passed all these dead bodies. Did we see how they died?
Yeah, like I said, there's like one looked like it was crushed by a rock. Another one has a piece of metal sticking through its head. It looks like it's just been physically destroyed.
So one, its head has been crushed by a rock. The other one has a piece of metal in its head.
Yep.
Neither of those things look like they would happen by themselves. Did they? Did they look self-inflicted?
No. I mean, it's hard to tell. I don't know. There's a body lying there with the piece of metal in its head.
All right,
Unless
I
you're
want
gonna
to
do
go back and look at it because if Shaz is having these fucking weird things and he's freaking out and he tries to stab himself with a piece of metal, then maybe that makes
Yep.
sense. So I want to go back and take a look, and I will quickly. Unless anyone has a better thing. Oh, you know what? I have a natural. Sorry, I have the flex skill. I'm going to give the flex skill to Theric, and I'm going to say, "Hey, Theric, I know you got good eyes, man. In the dark, tell me if you know how this thing died, and that will give him a boost to lower the difficulty of the tier to investigate the bodies."
Okay.
I will take a look.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
He's so decisive.
You always know what you're getting with him.
Apparently, I'm taking a while to open my dice stream, though. Here we
Don't
go.
you ever,
So,
yeah.
what am I doing? What?
You're trying to figure out how these bodies died.
Yep.
And I'm lowered it 1 tier difficulty for you. Excuse me.
Well, I'll tell you. One looks like it was crushed by a rock. One looks like it has a piece of metal jabbing out of its skull, and the other one
Sherlock.
is utterly destroyed.
Does it look like they were self-inflicted?
Nope.
Did the rock fall from the ceiling? Was it thrown at him?
The only thing that you can see, Theric, is that they do. One of them has blood on his hands. That's it.
That's it? With a
Yeah.
16?
Yeah.
So we don't know whether the rock fell on him, whether the rock was pushed on him, whether they attacked each other. Are they dated the same time? Did they look? Are they same age old?
No, one of them is
And
one
are
of
you
the
talking literally or figuratively?
literally.
Right.
There's literally blood on his hands. This is not like a failure from Hamlet. It's
Yeah,
like there's
so
real
those
blood on his hands. Or is that Macbeth? Macbeth.
Macbeth. Let's go with Macbeth.
Let's go with we don't know what we're talking about.
Blood on their hands. There's blood
yeah.
on his hands.
He's just guilty of something. Okay, that's not useful then. All right, let's go back to continue down the thing. And I explain as we're walking. I'm just like, I kind of thought like, you know, maybe someone got into their brains and they attacked each other or something, but that didn't lead anywhere, so never mind.
Okay, so eventually you guys get into a room that is a lab, and there's a glow to the room, an artificial lighting that's in there. You can't see from what source, but you can see it's bright in here. And there, in the corner of the room, there appears to be what looks like a fossilized brain on a slab.
Oh.
I smash it. I'm just
wonder.
kidding. I kind of feel like we should smash it, actually.
I wonder if this is the voice that was speaking to me in my head.
Have you
Yeah, I
seen
smash it. I pull out my gun and I shoot it at point blank range.
As you move towards it, you will have to make a attack roll because you're doing an attack. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think I probably would. Based on the information gathered, the fact that no other bodies were around here as we got closer, correct?
Yep.
Like they started dropping, we got the closest, and that being the only central thing, I think I would probably shoot it.
Yep.
I'm only justifying so you don't think I'm just being impulsive. All right, so I'm going to use Pierce, which adds +1 damage, and I will lower the difficulty as much as I can. So I will spend Speed to lower the difficulty of the attack. Does that work?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so my Speed is down to 7. And Pierce is 1 speed, so I will spend that as well. And there's nothing else I can use for attack. I'm not a very strong attacker, so I probably shouldn't have done it, but hopefully it's an attack of opportunity because it's a brain. And I did. And if this helps, if for whatever reason this is the thing we're supposed to attack and it reads minds, I literally gave it no thought. So it wouldn't have known I was pre-attacking. I was like, oh my god.
Okay, so all of a sudden...
No. I'm going to spend an XP to reroll it.
Okay. How many XP do you have left?
I have 3 because I was
Pickpocket?
gifted and I had 2 intrusions.
Right.
So I'm going to spend that XP to reroll that down to a 2, and anyone watching is going to understand why that was important. Okay. Oh, that's not much better.
All right, so you shoot at it, and it's actually it's fossilized, so it's harder than you thought it would be. You hit it, but you don't do enough damage. It ricochets off of it.
Oh, quick. Oh, is it just the damage? So I did hit it, but no damage?
That's right.
Because I forgot that point blank does lower it a tier, if that matters.
It does not.
Okay. Damn.
So I want to look around, and I'll do a perception check to try to figure out what
No
else
reaction to me just shooting in the room? Wouldn't you be like, what the fuck? That was loud.
Yeah.
Good point. Yeah, it was like
At least
I guess
give me
it's
a
like
reaction
echoing.
first. Yeah.
Isn't it a crow?
Oh, yeah,
Isn't
for
it
sure.
a crossbow?
What?
Isn't it a
Yeah,
crossbow?
so it hits it. It ricochets off,
It is.
and I mean, you would hear a noise in the room, like a doing kind of. Well,
Yeah,
more like a
like
stick, but you know what I mean. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so I don't know how you guys react to it, but I would be like, what the hell, man?
Brandy, you going for the shoot first, ask questions later approach?
Hey, man, did you see those bodies back there? They got 10 feet in the fucking door and dropped dead.
Everybody hears a voice in its head and says, I just asked to be left alone. And objects start flying from around the room, different pieces of metal, rocks, and different things, and it starts to form into a sort of body.
Oh,
and it's standing there in front of you. I said, leave. It talks to you and walks towards you and tries to attack you, Brandy Jack.
Of course it would.
So,
payback.
Roll.
All right. I will not use anything because I don't have anything.
It's only attacking you first, just because you attacked it.
All right. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, so it hits you just with a bludgeoning attack and does, let me just double check here, 3 points of damage.
That's not too bad.
Subtract, obviously, your armor.
Oh, right. So 1 point of damage. Correct. That's nice.
That ain't bad.
I don't mind taking damage in this game. It's just tough to heal because it takes so long to get it.
Well, you can do it in one heal. You can do it in one round.
No, 10 hours though.
No,
and it's only 1d6 because you have to keep going, right?
So you can do it after 10 seconds. You're gonna have to do 10 minutes, 1 hour, or 10 hours. Each one of those will do 1d6 plus your tier level.
True, but if my roll is bad, put it this way, I could spend 8 going through it, like 1 to. However, remember, viewers, you can spend some of the XP you earned to give us a 1d6 health. You can give us XP, or you can cause GM intrusion. Don't do that one unless it's beneficial. Just so you know.
All right, so it would be Pivot. We'll go back to you.
Okay, so are we into initiative order? Are we?
Yep, he's now attacked. It's your guys' turn. We're starting with Pivot.
All right. I say, Brandy, are you all right? Should we take this thing down?
Kill it!
Okay.
But go for the brain. Don't go for the fucking thing. Go for the brain, because clearly that's the thing that's attacking, since I attacked it first, and now it's, you know what I mean.
Okay. So I'm going to, can I move around to the brain?
Yep.
All right. And in my pocket, I'm going to pull out my metallic cream.
Nice.
You still have that?
Yeah, I still got it from the beginning.
Oh, man. Side note, I was totally going to say you should, like, cover a rock in it and throw it into the iron wind.
I was thinking about that. Yeah, but I don't know how much it would do.
Anyway, sorry, continue.
So, anyways, I hold my fist over the bottle or the tube and over the brain, and I say, listen, I know you want to be left alone. You like your isolation and shit. That's fine. But we are here to stop what you're doing to all these people, and if you do not comply with us, then I'm going to end you right here, right now.
Amen, brother. Amen, brother.
So the golem-like thing head turns towards you, and its mouth starts moving, but you hear the voice in your head, and he goes, why can't you just leave me alone? I didn't want this.
So you are an entity incorporating this brain, I assume.
I am.
How long have you been here?
I don't know. Leave me alone.
And
aren't you? Sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry. I keep on trying to get it because I'm hearing this in my head too. I assume.
Everyone's hearing this now.
Yeah. And I say, this is the voice I've been hearing from before that told us to get out and stay out. Let us help you. We need to save this planet, and we need to do this. We need to help these people in order to
save this
there.
planet. He's like, what? Save this planet? What are you talking about?
The planet's going to shit, man, and you're not helping.
Yeah, we need your help,
man.
Brain.
Have you felt the earthquakes?
Have you felt anything?
Just silence. He doesn't.
Look,
He doesn't
what
know
are
what
you?
to say.
Are you human? You were human at one point, correct?
I was.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Do you still want to be human, or do you want to be a monster? Because right now you're acting like a monster.
I want to be left alone.
And I
Okay,
say,
why?
What's so funny, Justin?
Oh no, I just think he's like talking to a kid.
Yeah, right? I think this is a kid.
okay, why? Why?
Do you want to be
Yeah,
a monster?
Answer something
Be a
other
monster.
than.
Why do you want to be left alone? What's your name?
My name is Borgel.
Borgel? Okay, that's a human name. So clearly you want to be a human. I'm going to refer to you as a human because right now you're not being the kind of respectful we want. Look, I did wrong. I shot first. I am sorry. But there are many dead people here. And the ones that you're killing, you're bringing back to life, and you don't even realize it.
I don't mean to.
I know you don't, Borgel. I know you don't. But look, there's two options to this case. We kill the monster, or we can help the human save the day. Which do you want to be? You want to be the monster that dies, goes down as Borgel, the horrible who lived in a cave, bring back the undead, or do you want to go away? Do you want to end and have a lasting impression of the human Borgel who saved the land from the fucking undead?
Do I look human to you?
No, but you want to be. You have a human name.
Can you do a roll?
I can only do rolls. That's what I do. I'm going to use a thing to lower it.
Yep.
Obviously, because I talk. And we roll like this. And we roll like this. 13.
He goes, I've been here for so long. Either destroy me or take me away.
Well, we can take you away if it's going to help.
He goes, and all of a sudden the golem kind of just falls apart in front of you.
Good. Good. Bjorn, whatever your name is, you clearly want to help. I can tell. You're not trying to hinder. And I get that. And look, I fired first, and that's my bad. I'm sorry. What do you know? Do you know why you're bringing things back from the undead? Do you know how it's happening?
And he begins to tell you a story. He talks about at one time he was a man, and he was gifted with the power or a curse that allowed him to communicate to other people telepathically. Sometimes he heard their thoughts whenever, even when he didn't want to. Sometimes he would enter people's dreams. His community thought he was a demon and ostracized him, so he eventually left and tried to become a little bit of a recluse. Over time, he experimented on himself, trying to stop and find peace. And eventually, he turned himself into something that was less than human and more machine. All that was left of him was his brain and his mind. And over the years, he would not die, but he has been left and has become this thing now. And the years have gone on, time has gone on, and he has been left completely capable of communicating telepathically still with people who are traveling by. But ever since the earthquakes and the opening to the cave has grown, strange things has been happening, and he's been causing effects that he doesn't mean to.
And that's the crux, isn't it, man? You don't mean to. And we want to help you stop meaning to. You want to die, we'll figure out a way to destroy you if that's what you want. But I'm happy with just getting you away from here because clearly you're causing more damage than you are good.
So he concedes and says, please take me away from this place. I don't want it to cause any more pain.
And I turn to Shaz. What do you think?
I think we should take him with us. He might be away from this place. He might actually be an asset to us. And I go to lift up the brain from under.
No, don't touch it yet. Slap. Pivot. What do you think?
Well, I'm just thinking that that Geom Kittrick guy, he's got a personality. He's just a machine. Maybe he can help this brain get a body.
He's got a personality.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. Look, and we approach the brain. Bjorn, or whatever your name is.
He's so bad at names.
We can take you with us. We can take you with us, okay? But we need to know from here on out that you're going to be helping or rather than hindering. Because we need to know that if we're taking you away from here, we can help, maybe save you, but we need to know that you're not going to be hurting the people around us or ourselves.
I don't hurt the living. I just have been doing this to the dead, and I don't know why.
Do you think there's a way you could stop doing it to the dead? Is there something you could turn off in there?
There's no promise, but perhaps if you take me away from all this machinery, perhaps this is somehow amplifying my abilities.
All right. So I pick up the brain, and I put it in my
satchel.
Yeah, I put it in my satchel, and I tap.
Okay,
it.
so I'm gonna say from now on, the pacified Borgel could become an NPC companion for the PCs. He will never again take physical form, and he refuses to use his powers to harm others.
That's perfect. I know
But
exactly
he
what I
could be a
want.
telepathic translator or simply a strange friend.
I want him to, and this is what I would say to him, I want him to read the minds of those that we're discussing with and tell us what they're thinking through telepathy. Meaning that if we're like trying to make a deal with a guy and he's like, yeah, sure, come on in, and he reads, yeah, this guy's fucking lying, I want him to tell us.
Hey, he'll see what he can do.
Basically, I want him to be a cheat.
Yep. The wizard
Borgel, buddy, all right. Me and Borgel are going to get close.
Nice. Brain in a jar.
Is he in a jar or he's just stoned?
No, he's just there. He's just there.
Yeah.
It's like a stone brain, yeah. He's not a big brain either. It's like... Cool.
I love Borgel. All right.
First on it. Yeah, and so we can go. We can leave now, and I think we should head back because basically this. What's his name? Borgel.
Borgel.
Yep.
Borgel was causing the earthquakes.
No,
Nope.
I think he was just causing the dead to come back. The earthquakes are still caused by the.
So I don't think we should say anything to anybody except for the guy in the tent.
Yeah,
Let
we're just
people
gonna say
think
it's
they
done.
want to move.
Is it going to be easy to conceal Borgel?
He's in a satchel.
He's a brain. He's this big.
Yeah, he also has no frame of Borgel has no frame of reference, or not Borgel, sorry, the villain has no frame of reference as to what it could have been caused. So we could walk out with a brain, and he still wouldn't know. We'd be like, yeah, we found a brain in there. By the way, the thing in there is killed.
We killed it. Here's its brain.
No, I want to keep the brain. But basically, what I'm thinking is, and as we're walking out, I would say this: I'd say pivot. I'm gonna start heading west because I think this is probably proximity as well. I'm going to get as far away as I can. Why don't you and Shaz go and collect the money? And here's my thinking. If I show up with the brain and he chops off the head of his wife and she's still alive, he's going to say you didn't do it. So I'm going to get as far away with the brain so that if he does kill her again, she's actually going to die this time. Hopefully.
Sounds good.
And then you can meet Theric and I out by, and we just point to a landmark.
Middle of the desert type thing.
The middle of the desert.
In
200
the middle
paces
of-
left, 100 paces to the right.
Well, yeah, let's do that. I would say that you go to speak with the guy because you're better with words than I am if we need to negotiate. I'm good at walking and carrying things.
But I love the brain. He's my friend.
That's
Borgel.
true. You can have him.
I'll go to see.
Well, the other thing I was thinking, I'll say it to you in chat.
Okay. All right, well, Shaz, you and I head back to the tent, speak with our good friend, the villain.
I feel confident. I feel confident that when we get there, we will be able to prove that we've stopped this, the contagious spirit, we'll call it.
All right.
So yeah, we go.
So you guys exit the cave, and there is this shocked silence that erupts, an erupting silence among the crowd.
How poetic.
An erupting silence, and
It's like
they all just kind of clear a path for you, and they're just staring at you, not in disbelief. You've come out. What does this mean? Has this changed anything? People start kind of backing away from you, a little bit afraid.
and
I just slip away with Theric.
Okay.
Because we
So
don't want to
then-
draw attention.
They kind of, some people go back to what they were doing, and some people are just staring at you in disbelief. Others start trying to push to go into the cave themselves, and the guards are stopping them.
Yeah, and I would like to use my hedge magic for something as simple as, pulling a big rock down inside the cave. Not so it hits anybody, but so it creates some sort of, I want to say, distraction. Maybe people will be like, "Oh, it's like it may collapse if we go in there," just to keep people away from it. So,
all right.
I will take 1 intellect point and use that, but I'm also going to use a bit of effort because I imagine that it's going to be difficult to maybe pull a rock down.
Yep.
So using my edge, is that right?
Yeah.
No, I have an edge, so using 1 effort only costs 2.
Yep.
3 total. And I need to rest soon.
I picture you pulling out this like small rock and like putting it in the middle. It's like people can just walk.
And just the way I'm picturing it, I imagine that it's probably like a good ways away. Like we're exiting the cave now.
Yeah.
We're walking through a crowd, and behind us.
I think I'm allowing this to happen, even though it's not. What I'm gonna say is that you can knock over one of the lab benches that is in the room, and it will echo out, and you'll hear a banging, crashing in there. But you don't, you can't pull down like a big, like Indiana Jones size boulder.
No. All I want to do is cause a distraction, B, something that people will say maybe we shouldn't go in there.
Yeah. So you have some success. You hear the racket from one of the metallic tables being thumped over. You can see some people are scared and back away. Other people have different reaction, right? You know what I mean? Some people are like, "Oh, does this mean it's still happening? Is it coming out? Who knows, right?" But you guys do manage to, get to the tent. Who's going to the tent? Pivot and Chaz?
Chaz, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Eric and I are heading out to a landmark that we decided together.
So the same guard is there, and he gets out of the way and says, and doesn't say anything. He kind of looks at you in disbelief. Going in, Willem turns around and says, "I'm surprised that even 2 of you made it back. Did you find success? What was in there?"
What we found in there is too hard to describe, and it's not necessary. The real point of the matter is that whatever it was, we've used a seance to put it to rest, and you should be able to notice the effects on your wife almost immediately with any hope.
Yep. So can you do a bluff check?
What do I have to use for that? Because I have some pretty good intellect.
Yeah, intellect, I think.
I got a 15 intellect plus an edge. Yes, Justin. 4.
So he doesn't believe you, but looking over at his wife, she has started to seem, her breath is slowing, and she's not writhing in the same way. And slowly, you guys are watching her, and she stops breathing and stops moving, and lies there still. And tears start rolling down his eyes. And he goes and whispers to one of the other gentlemen, and he goes into the room and he says, "You shall have your reward.
And may your wife rest in peace."
And the man comes back with a small chest, and he hands it to you.
Was it his wife's?
I was just about to say that.
Gross.
Oh, yeah.
These are for you.
Hand-sized chest.
Okay, so there's a chest and it's filled with shins and Coke bottle caps and stuff.
Yep, that's right. Pop tabs and things like that.
Millions of dollars.
Get us to the...
And he says,
Okay.
"Follow me, and I will help you make your way to Kai."
Well, hold on. I want to speak with Tusk for a second.
And he says, "Please do. I just need a moment to finally say goodbye to my wife. To say goodbye again to my wife."
Of course, of course. And I take a small bag and I fill it with some coins.
Yep.
Like how much coin do you think is there?
About 2 years' salary of a farmer.
2 years' salary of a farmer. So like let's say
clever now.
50
Now
shins
again,
or
like a
something?
good farmer or like an ignorant farmer?
Well, is there any other
Like
kind?
one that rotates the
Is there any other kind?
So it's about 400 shins.
400. Whoa, okay. So I grab about 40.
Yep.
All right. And I fill this little bag, and I go into the back, and I say to Shaz, "I'll be right back." And I go up to Tusk, and I say, "Excuse me, Tusk, but if I could just steal another moment of your time, I know you're busy."
Yes, I am. What can I do for you?
Well, I just wanted to formally thank you, and I put the bag of shins down on the table, and I say, it only took 5 minutes of your time, and I don't know if you even remembered it, but it's made a world of difference for me, so I just really appreciate you doing that, and this is for you.
He looks over at you and he goes, I appreciate that, but tell you the truth, I'm more interested in the collar you have there.
Oh, this collar. And I hold it out and I say, well, my understanding is it's some sort of force field.
Yeah, it is, for sure.
Why are you interested in it? What could you do with it?
Well, I get lots of money. I love the Numenera. I love things. I'm sure I could turn into something interesting. I will if you let me have it.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to Kai, and I'm going to be perfectly honest. This band may come in very, very handy when trying to get through that iron wind, and I don't think I can give it to you right now because it might be able to save my life. But I'll tell you what.
Well, Willem, he said that you can use the artifact, and I'll get you right there. No problem at all. Just give me the collar.
The artifact.
Friends.
I tell you what, I'll trade you. Do you want to trade? Do you want to trade for that? And he goes, and he starts like lifting up different ciphers and different things like that.
I say to him, okay, I will trade it to you, but once we get to Kai, once you take us to Kai, if we can just take the teleporter, that's no problem for you. I will give it to you once we get to Kai.
I'm not going with you. I'm not going with you. I stay here. I stay here with Willem.
Can I spend an XP to make him into a contact, to invite him into the Jackdaws and to encourage him to work with us?
Yes, you can. Yeah, absolutely. Spend an XP.
Okay. He's 11-7 susceptible, so.
Well, but before you roll that, Justin, here's another idea. Instead of spending XP, can he not just persuade him by a high roll?
Yes, he can. Absolutely.
I mean, it's up to you, Justin, if you want to spend the XP, but.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because you can also spend an XP to re-roll.
Yep. There's just always the risk that you're going to fail.
Yeah.
Yes, fail badly. You know what? No, I'm going to spend the XP because they do talk about using XP in this way in the rule book, and I think it's an interesting use. So I say to him, the Jackdaws are kind of a traveling group right now. We don't have a particular base of operations right now, but if you'd be willing to join, we'll make it worth your while if you're willing to work with us.
Will I be able to work with ciphers?
Definitely. You see, my friends and I, we go around and we collect ciphers and artifacts and all these things, and we don't have room for all of them to be carried around. So what I'm thinking is, if we find a place that we can all work together and maybe like a base of operations that you can set up in, then we can bring all of these artifacts and ciphers back to you, and you can have all the time in the world that you want to look at them.
That sounds amazing. And he goes back to work. Jackdaws, eh? Jackdaws. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll definitely be. Yeah, for sure.
I don't know exactly what we do, but we do good.
It's like, do I need to dress funny? Because I will.
What the fuck's that supposed to mean?
He just remembers seeing Theric with the hat.
I shake my head and chuckle.
Not a jackdaw.
There isn't an exact dress code, but
he doesn't know what they are. He just thinks that it's just all four of you guys are the Jackdaws or something like that, and he's joining this team. He doesn't know. Like, do you? He doesn't. You guys didn't really explain it to him that well. It's just, I'm a jackdaw. I get to play with ciphers.
You're a jackdaw, and that name will mean more to you in a little while.
Once you become a
what it
follower,
means.
once you become a level 2 NPC follower,
It says,
and
I tell
reach
you
tier
what.
2.
We are going to be moving through Neverine, and you will be able to find us at the Royal Palace of Queen Armalou.
Royal Palace of Queen Amalu.
I will be there, and if you need me, if you bring me ciphers, I might be able to help you out.
Excellent, excellent.
While Justin's in talking to what's his name again? Dixon or whatever.
I don't remember either.
Tusk.
Vixen, Tusk, whatever.
While he's in talking, I've kind of wandered out of Willem's tent, and I'm now again wandering the crowds looking for this kid because I know he's a little thief. Do I see anybody or anything that could be resembling thievery?
Yeah. Okay. So people are kind of, a lot of things are going on, but you make a search, and eventually you see a little boy trying to lift up somebody's jacket pocket and reach in to get some more shins.
Or a woman's skirt.
And I'm thinking at this point, I see him, and what can I do here? Any suggestions from the viewers about what I could do with my telepathic abilities to either maybe steal from this kid or maybe pinch this lady's bum or I don't know.
Get our fucking money back. And my collar. I want my collar.
I'm trying to think of how we could do this. So why don't we just move on to the next person?
Well, I made a post on Facebook that says suggestions for Alex, so give us a quick comment there. Meanwhile, Theric and I are still walking. And I turn to Theric and I say, Theric, my old friend, you've been quiet this adventure. Have any thoughts of the proceeding? As I take a swig. I mean, of the what happened before.
I think we're doing fine.
Deep thoughts by Theric, everyone. Hey, Theric, do you mind if I tag you?
You're it.
What do you mean? You don't mean like tap me? You mean like tag me?
No. It's something I've been thinking about for a little while now. I have this, and I pull out a small cylindrical piece of glass with a metal rim, and I say, I had this
I'm
for a
not
long
liking
time.
where this is going, Brandy Jack.
Oh, I'm not going to shove it anywhere sexual yet. But basically, it's a my father gave it to me, and it's just a looking glass. And basically, what happens is if you put your thumb on it, I can tag you, and it's basically like a compass. I get to know how far you are, and in relative distance to me. But obviously, I would only know. And I was kind of nervous about asking you, but you and I, we've hugged a few times, so I thought maybe if you were cool with it, I could tag you and the other guys, and that way we always know where everyone is. Oh, and Theric places his thumb on it, I'm assuming? Okay. Well,
that seems wise, Brandy Jack.
Oh, cool. Okay, I thought so too. So, he is now tagged, Chris.
Alrighty.
Just so you know, that's an artifact I had that allows you to tag up to 7 people, and then I can determine the distance and their direction relative to me.
Okay, so we have a couple suggestions here. Alex, what do you want to go with?
I think, I'm just going to go with the first one, which is Bob's. And actually, we had a few good ones. Aisha says, make the kid fumble, his pickpocket, get caught, and give the opportunity to have him join the jackdaws, because apparently everybody does now.
Everybody.
And then T. Thomason says smacks her butt, then goes into convulsions, which I don't necessarily agree with. But Bob's I like the best, and he slaps the lady's ass, and he drops what he stole earlier. So I use my telekinetic abilities, and I spank her ass with some air, and she notices, and the kid drops his gold and runs off. the lady doesn't really think anything of it. She just goes back to praying.
Obviously.
She's one of those ladies. Yeah, I'm used to that.
And I rolled a 13, so you decide.
Oh yeah, totally. That totally works.
All right. So
Yeah,
I just walk by. I grab the purse of coins.
Yep.
And 40
Slap her ass again?
And I slap her ass again. And on our way home.
The Invictus stream does not condone slapping women's asses.
Unless it's condoned by the women.
Yeah,
just while I'm on this point, there I'll mention the other ones just because they're funny and I like to keep people involved. Gabe says Shaz telepathically takes back Brandy Jack's stuff and flips a woman's skirt up with the boy behind her thinking the boy did it. And then Andre says make the kid overreach, so I guess pinch your butt. And then Justin says the kid throws money back at you and says, "Dollars make me holler." And then he cries and runs away. Anyways, thank you for your help.
It's good.
We got our
Cheddar. That's funny. All right. So eventually the Willem, gets himself feeling capable enough to talk to you guys, and he says, "Well, here's the device I spoke of." And he goes back to where Tusk was working, and he points to a big device, and he says, "But I warn you, it has not been working in the way that I am used to. Tusk he assures me that it will work, but I have no promises, especially with the way all ciphers have been acting as of late."
Is this... Oh.
Perhaps, Pivot, you could take a look.
We're like miles away from them.
Then ignore that, Pivot.
Sorry. I got distracted in the stream. So who is talking right now?
Willem is talking to you, and he's pointing out the device that it looks like. Have you seen Family Guy where Stewie always transports back in time?
Yep.
Travels in time. It's something like that. It's a platform that you can stand on.
Okay, and that'll take us to...
He says it is set right now. It will take you to Kai.
Kai.
And by Kai, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about the other guys.
Sure are.
Meet us where we're at, and then you can do it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think... Am I tagged? Do you have me tagged, Brandy Jack?
Nope. I only have him tagged right now.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I never asked. I was too embarrassed. I'm sorry.
Embarrassed? Well, yeah, that's okay. I would say yes.
I know. Actually, no, you know what? You're right. You and I have been friends forever. For those new watching, Pivot and I have been long friends. We trust each other more than anything. So you know what? I'm going to say it's your call. Pivot, would you be tagged?
I would say yes. Chris, are we allowed to do that retroactively?
Thanks for including me. Yes, it's fine. It's totally fine.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm tagged. Yes. So Harlan knows where I am, or Brandy Jack knows where I am. So in that case, I would say, yeah, I'm ready. This will take me to Kai.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a one-way trip, though.
Interesting. All right. Well, here, and I'm gonna give him my overcharge machine.
Yep.
And I'm gonna tell him, here's something for you to tinker on, but be very careful with it.
He says, I know. This is very dangerous. And he smiles.
It's probably better in your hands than in my traveling hands, and maybe you can make it a little bit stabler, a little bit easier to use.
I can at least make it more powerful, that's for sure.
Excellent. All right, well, I'm ready to go. So I step into the machine and say, okay, so what am I supposed to do? Where'd Shaz go?
You gotta call me because I'm outside.
Okay, all right, let me just get my friend Shaz, and I step outside and I shout, Shaz! Get back to the tent!
I'm going back to the tent, y'all!
We got a great song, Mama!
There's a gator in the...
There's a gator in the pie.
Now, where are, while we're talking, where are Theric and Brandy Jack? Are they...
We're now leaning against a tree for like an hour and just like...
And the tree starts eating you.
So Theric, what are you thinking? Bonding. Theric and I are like this now because we're just kind of like...
holler for them.
So Brandy Jack, how do you track us?
It's like a compass. I can see the distance relative. So I see you guys are still, whatever, 100, 200 feet away.
I don't think Brandy Jack knows how a compass works.
I'm saying it's like a compass in the sense of actually, sorry, it's not. I hold it up like this and it says how far you are.
Okay.
I'll read it verbatim, actually. It says you have an artifact. By looking into the glass plate on the device, you can determine their distance and direction relative to you. So if I look through it, it'd be like 100 feet or 200 feet this way.
All right. And you guys are making your way towards Kai?
They are waiting for us.
For you.
Oh, so we're not supposed to go through the machine.
No, I wouldn't do that. All I was doing
Does Pivot know that?
What?
Does Pivot know that?
Yes. All I told him was that we would meet him out by a landmark. You go collect the gold and the transportation and meet us there. And the only reason is I was trying to get distance between the dead and the brain so that we could. So you're meant to meet us here once you have the gold and everything.
Okay. I don't know if Pivot would know that.
I did say that though.
You did say that? But
did Shadow know that?
Wait. Yes, I did know that. So that's why I was about to say. And just to show the bonding that we've got here, I'm thinking to myself, I can't leave Brandy Jack or Theric behind. But Brandy Jack, I just have this feeling in my heart for, and he's got to come with us. So I yell back to Pivot, I'm gonna go get Brandy Jack and Theric, and I scoot off and in the general direction that they were. Top speed, just running, and then. All
right, I'm gonna fast forward ahead. Yeah. You guys end up getting him, bring him back. Willem is surprised that you guys are all there. You explain to him, just it was too much commotion, whatever. You get over to the transporter. He says it's ready to go when you are.
Theric, head on in.
Lead the way.
Okay, so you're all standing on it, and you feel Technicolor.
So, that's cool. Nice.
Wow. It's in the shape of a phone booth. No, you stand on it, and you feel that the hair on your arms stand on end, and you feel a tingle go up your spine, and instantly, a bang, and you look around, and there in front of you is a couple guards that are glowing in this kind of light, and they're looking at you with wide eyes and amazement, not because of the fact that you've teleported, but exactly where you teleported, because you're still about 50 yards away from the entrance, and on every side of you, to your left and right, the iron wind has just been blown away slightly by the force of this teleportation, but it is slowly moving back towards you.
I run.
That's awesome.
All right, so we're going to end it there for the night because of the fact that there's a lot that's going to happen, and I want to leave it for next week, if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so right now the party has just... What's that?
I said I picture us coming in like the Terminator bubble.
That's exactly what I pictured.
Okay,
That's so weird.
Terminator bubble?
Yeah, where like he's hunched over and he looks like he just came out of like an egg kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Like a metal sphere.
You haven't watched Terminator enough, my friend.
I have too.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
No, I meant Justin, because he would know.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Derek's been turning into the Chester cat, so I guess we drink and say happy birthday.
This is the scene.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
That's just the one picture.
Okay.
You gotta get the one where it burns the fence.
Yeah, I know. I didn't see it. So we pop in, and the thing's blown away. And describe it again. We need a little more finality.
Okay, so bang, echoing in your ears. You guys disoriented. You arrive. The sand is beneath your feet. You look up, and you see these two, in a fairly far away, about a few yards away, and they are standing there, and they are shocked because of where you've landed and in the state that you're in. They seem to be fine. They're among the iron wind, and they're not harmed. They have this glow around them. And you realize that the transporter didn't work perfectly. You are further away from the gates than you should have been and the iron one has been blown away because of the transportation, but it is slowly coming back to you, and you guys are going to have to run for your lives.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
GG, Chris. Good game.
Yeah.
Good game, everybody.
Yeah, that was fun. That was very
And the
fun.
bells, just in case.
And
What?
love
Pizza?
the love the everybody joining in. What's that called?
The
Blurred
comments.
background. No, let's do that. Thank you so much
Comments.
for watching. Chris, excellent game. Again, a round of applause for that. What Alex is trying to say, and what so many of us at the INVICTUS stream want to say, is thank you guys so much, the community, for watching and playing along. And again, because you make this game that much more fun to play with your interaction and the photos and all that kind of stuff. That being said, if you are watching along and you're not joining us on Facebook, please do. Everyone's commenting there. All the cool kids are doing it. Let's be honest. All the cool kids.
cool kids.
All the cool kids who roleplay.
All the cool kids who roleplay. All
What are
three
there?
of them.
All 49 of us? What
48 of us.
48 of
You could
us.
be the 49th member.
You could be.
Yes, so thank you so much for watching. Chris, you did an excellent job. I think we all did an excellent job, guys. Give yourself a pat on the back because everyone did it. A good job this week. Next week, if all goes to plan, we will be back with Part 5 of our ongoing Numenera campaign. What's going to happen with Shaz and Brandy Jack and Theric and Pivot? Who knows? Tomorrow morning, again, we're going to post a weekly poll with another idea for ciphers, unless Justin has a theme for this week's ciphers.
Nope.
Nope? Okay, then we're going to
How about a theme? I don't know if we can make it work, but like a birthday/aging theme, because it's whose birthday coming up really soon?
Harlan!
Yeah, what can I say? I already got myself a cake.
A birthday theme.
My birthday is on Sunday, so yes. Okay, hey, why not? Let's do a getting older birthday cipher theme.
Oh, I love it.
I think that's a good idea. Good idea, Mike. And it's about me, so how couldn't I love it? So tomorrow we're going to post the Cypher weekly poll. Submit your ciphers. Again, the top 3 are going to be featured in future games. Or rather, I believe this is going to be, just to clarify because I was thinking about it, the number 1 entry every week is going to be in-game, guaranteed. The other 2 are going to be added to our cipher pool, meaning that there's going to be a large sum of ciphers that we're going to draw from. And I just want to clarify that in case you think, I wouldn't say there's a guaranteed chance the top 3 are going to be in the entire game, because by the time we're at 10, we're going to have a lot of ciphers. So top 3 get to be featured in game. Entering the poll gives you at least 1 experience points. Experience points lets you play the game, lets you interact. And let me tell you, we have some great games like The Running Dead, which is a game that Justin hosts that allows you to spend XP to gift the tributes, weapons, and stuff like that. We have another game that I think is going to be a one-off that Mike was talking about, where a little bit of a spoiler, where something about the gods, you get to play the gods. So you get to also influence the game. So there's going to be a lot of reasons to involve you guys in what we do. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week. And as Chris likes to say,
See you around the table.
see you around the table, guys.